What's up?
I do have to tell you, I am in a very good mood today.
Okay, great.
Hyped up. I can tell you why.
You had sex.
Oh my god, I wish. I'm on my annual re-listen of songs about Jane.
Oh, the only good album.
Literally, I mean, come on.
Don't go past it.
And I missed my turn on my way to your house today.
I was gonna say you were a couple minutes late.
I knocked on
Which
the
is
door
out
at
of-
5:00.
Oh,
I
did you?
checked. Yeah. Just wanted to.
My bad.
I mean,
Never mind.
you
Never
know,
mind. Never mind. Never mind.
I couldn't be late if I fucking tried. Look at you all getting...
Yeah, excuse me. I have an iPad. I'm fucking official.
Paul.
When Paul does an episode, which, whatever, everybody knows I'm taking over this episode. When I do an episode, it's official.
Oh, you don't fuck around.
Well, and I just got this iPad, so I'm just like looking for reasons to use it.
For sure. Yeah, it was very... I'm like, okay, I'm going to go over to Paul's. I don't have a computer. I don't have a book. I don't have any... I'm just going to go and sit on the couch and listen to Paul tell me a story.
Oh, yeah, I know.
It's such a treat.
I know. I miss it. No, just kidding. I am excited to do this.
Back and forth secondhand smut, you know.
No, I much prefer it when you do it and I get to say her and just be funny. I will tell you that. Because, I mean, honestly, though, the other thing, too, is like, it took me weeks to read this.
Not like 2.
Well, not just because I didn't like
a
sit
week
down
and
and
a half.
focus. Yeah, I guess I had it just like downloaded for a long time before I started reading
Yeah,
it.
it was only took like a week and a half.
And I did like it.
Yeah.
Because it's like, you know, whatever. We're getting too ahead of ourselves.
Okay.
Yeah, we have to chit chat.
Oh, it's just, I'm so excited.
I know. I mean, I'm nervous, but I'm not that nervous.
Why are you nervous?
I'm just nervous because it's like now it's like all the attention's on me.
Spotlight.
Yeah, spotlight.
Paul, that is, I can tell you right now, 90% of why the time I'm dripping sweat is because I'm like...
I'm a commenter.
And I'm not.
Yeah, like
so
I need you to like lob it up and then I comment it down.
Yes, 100%. I can
now
promise
we're just
you,
like fucking up the equation.
I can promise you this time, I'm not even gonna fucking sweat. I won't.
Well, you won't need to.
I won't even sweat.
You won't need to. But I mean, whatever. This is gonna be fun. I'm gonna be telling us a story, but we'll get into it. We're getting it way ahead of ourselves. I have so many notes I had that I wanted to talk about first.
Okay, great.
Well, we have to do the intro.
Would you like me to do the intro this week?
Yeah, I would.
Okay. Welcome back to another episode of Secondhand Smut. I'm Angela.
And I'm Paul.
And this is Secondhand Smut.
What's that? Oh, yeah, the podcast. Actually, the podcast where today Paul reads the smut and gives it to Angela secondhand.
I can't wait. Is it... Okay, we won't get into
We'll
it.
get into it. We got to, you know.
I'm getting ahead of myself.
Because that's the things I want to talk about.
Okay, great. That was just one word.
Yeah. I have some things I would like to talk about. Okay.
We're so bad at being podcasters. We don't enunciate.
I think we're really good. I think we're really good. I think we're a hidden gem. You know what I mean?
I think we are too.
A diamond in the rough.
I think we're a hidden gem as well.
Follow us, share us. Actually, you know what? Follow us because I was looking at our analytics.
Oh.
And it's like we have like 35 followers on Apple Podcasts.
Huh.
And then it was like 200 and like some listeners.
I know, it's crazy.
And I was like, why? Hey guys,
just follow me, bitch.
If you're listening,
just follow me, bitch.
Give us a follow. Jesus, it's literally the least you could do.
You want to know something? And this could be something crazy I do, which is normal for me. When someone tells me, "Oh, you should check out this podcast," "Oh, look at this podcast," whatever, I look it up and then I immediately hit follow because
smart.
then it's under my shows.
Oh, that's smart.
Is that weird? Am I the only person in the
world
world
that does that? No, I think that's smart. And then when I was like, "Who doesn't fucking follow? They just listen." It takes me like 4 or 5 episodes of listening to a podcast to go, okay, and then follow it.
Yeah,
and
I mean, that makes sense.
I'll go to listen to it, like, why isn't it in my list? I'm like, oh, you have to follow it.
Yeah.
So don't be like me.
Right.
Don't be like me. Just follow. Man. My God.
Yeah, man, it's chill. Just follow.
But I did want to say.
What?
Our friend of the pod.
Yeah.
Janelle.
Yes.
She like reposted like a couple of our videos and stuff, and she's got like 10,000 followers, dude.
Shut the fuck up.
Yeah, she's out here helping out. So
homeboy.
Shout out to Janelle.
Oh my God, Janelle. I have not talked to you in almost what? How many? 15 years?
I don't know. I've talked to her.
It's been 15
more
years.
Sooner than that, but it's been a super long time.
And you guys were.
Well, and I ran into her. Like I go to Florence more.
Right.
So shout out to Janelle. Go follow her if you're not. Yeah, she's on TikTok as your internet big sis.
Okay, nice.
At Janelle.ous. It's fun. All right. What else? You got anything? What's going on?
Nothing. I mean, just vibing, listening to Maroon 5 songs about Jane, pretty much on repeat this entire week.
God, you're living the dream.
I know. Life's exciting.
Should we get into it?
The book?
Yeah.
Sure.
Okay, because I have a confession to make.
I have a fairly good idea that this is going to be a decently long episode.
Yeah, I think so. I'm so new to this.
Yep.
I fucked up.
Okay, what happened?
You know when I told you that the title
Oh, no.
was
It's the wrong title.
for a long time looking?
Uh-huh.
That would be because when I downloaded it, they cut off the rest of the title.
Okay.
Which is nothing crazy, actually, because I was like,
I
oh
love
no,
this.
when I realized it. But so the actual title is For a Long Time Looking at Stars.
Oh, I love this.
Would that have changed your guess?
Yes, I
fuck.
probably would have gone with hockey, and I know that's crazy.
Oh, well, you would have been farther from the truth.
Yeah.
Because I would like to reveal today that we will be doing For a Long Time Looking at Stars, a Stardew Valley fanfic.
A Stardew Valley
fanfic. In fact, hold on.
Hold on. Nice.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
I didn't think about that. Okay.
This
is what I have to do.
Can you flip the other side? Paul's trying to put a fucking farm hat on.
Yeah. Oh, it does. It fits. This is incredible.
This is great.
Okay. Stardew Valley.
You're such a showman.
I know I had to do something.
You had to do
I just
something.
done something. I'm returning this to Amazon tomorrow.
Nice.
But whatever.
Can't believe you
So,
didn't just have that.
I just took off my puff hat, my gay hat, to put on my farmer hat because we're going to the farm in Stardew Valley.
Wow.
So, just to help you out and
Okay.
the listeners, if you don't know what Stardew Valley is a video game. It is the most well-known cozy video game. All right.
Where you build farms and animals.
So that's what
and
you
shit?
think, and that's what I thought too for years. I was like, "What? I don't need to play this. This
Right.
is just like pixelated farming." Farming's part of it.
Can I see a picture of it again?
Yeah, hold on. The realness
I'm
of Stardew Valley
into that.
is the town and the folks and the people
Oh my God.
and the relationships. You court people and date them.
Really?
And then you marry them and they move into your farm and help you on the farm. And I said, okay.
Like The Sims, where you marry
Kind of,
people?
but more it's everyone has their own storyline. So you're talking to
Really?
them and you're discussing, you're getting to know them, you're building relationships and
Love
you're
this.
kind of getting into everybody's backstory. And then it's all just seasons. It starts spring, summer, fall, winter, and then resets, and you're just growing shit on your farm to sustain your
with
life.
your husband.
If you want.
Okay.
I have a husband, obviously.
When did you start playing this game?
I mean, a couple years ago, maybe 2 years ago, but I'd heard about it for a long time, and then I wasn't into it. Our friend Maggie played it, and she was actually dope, and I was like, okay. And then I was like, okay, what is it really about? And people are like, no, it's almost a dating sim.
That's crazy.
It's borderline a dating sim, but you're also farming and going in the mines and
Love that.
getting stuff.
Yeah.
And it's way darker
I'm
than you think
yeah,
it
I'm like,
is.
where is this
Because
gonna
the
go?
picture, this is the cover, this is
Little
it's
cartoony
cartoony.
farm.
Everyone's happy. It's so great.
Where the hell is this gonna go?
But so I got onto I have discovered fanfic stuff. So I had to sign up on a website called Archive of Our Own. Have you heard of that?
Never.
And it's AO3 because it's 3 O's. Archive of Our Own.
Okay.
And that's what it's that's the website. So I just sign up,
Okay.
put in my email address to get an invite, and then it took I think 10 or 11 days, and I got an official invite from the archive.
Yeah.
Because I was on Reddit and I was I know I want to do a Stardew fanfic, blah 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 blah. What are some of the best ones? And everyone was you need to check this website or go to Wattpad. And then I picked this one because it's highly recommended on Reddit, and then it was maybe ranked third I think on the website. And I picked it because the main man that's being courted, his name is Shane,
Okay.
and that's my husband.
Oh, really?
That's who I'm married to.
Shut
So that's
up.
my man.
Shut up.
So I was oh yeah, I'm obviously going to read about
Shane's
my
story.
man, Shane. And then the other main character is the player.
Okay.
So it's a female farmer. So she's not actually a cast member of the
Okay.
show. She's
Okay.
as if you were playing it.
Yeah.
But Shane is my husband. I have courted him time and time again.
Dang.
And
I have so many questions. I don't even know where to start. So I'm like, just
Here, I don't have a back for you to read, but I have just read that bullet point where it says explain Stardew Valley.
okay.
That's like the quote from the website describing the game.
Stardew Valley is an open-ended country life RPG. You've inherited your grandfather's old farm plot in Stardew Valley, armed with hand-me-down tools and a few coins. You set out to begin your new life. Can you learn to live off the land and turn these overgrown fields into a thriving home? It won't be easy. Ever since Joja Corporation came to town, the old ways of life have all but disappeared. The community center, once the town's most vibrant hub of activity, now lies in shambles. But the valley seems full of opportunity. With a little dedication, you might just be the one to restore Stardew Valley to its greatness.
And fall in love.
Paul, I'm just like, how did you even think of this? How did you even...
Because when you play it, you're like a little horny for everybody.
Oh,
I'll be real with you. I'll be like, Shane.
Yeah,
like,
would.
That's my man. Like,
so you're like, oh, I wonder if there's a fanfic of this?
I was like, I know there's going to be a fanfic of this. There's no way there's not a fanfic of this game. And I mean, it's really good.
Can I ask you?
Yeah.
Is there smut in it?
Yes. So I will say, because like, I obviously don't know about smut stuff that much. So this is it's heavy romance.
Love.
But there is smut. It's just not, we have gone places.
Right.
We've been in deep ends.
Yes.
And this is not that. Like, this is not pages and chapters of fucking.
Yeah.
This is like, and.
Would you say closed door?
No.
Okay.
It's not closed door.
Okay.
Like, we are hearing about sucking the dick.
Okay.
Like, we're hearing it.
Love
it's just
that.
not as like intense.
For sure.
As what we've seen.
For sure. And were there multiple... I'm sorry, I have so many...
No, keep going. This is perfect.
Were there multiple Stardew Valley fanfics? How did you...
How did you
settle on this one?
100 of them.
You settled on this one because it was
I settled
Shane.
because I saw it recommended like 4 places over Reddit, and then it was like ranked 3 or like top 5,
Okay.
and it was Shane. And
it
I
was
was
Shane.
like,
right.
that's
Like,
my husband. I'm going to read about him. And like, here, I'll show you. This is like a list of all of the characters, and so you get an idea of what they look like, pixelated versions.
Where's Shane?
He's with the purple hair. He's like right there.
He's got purple hair.
It's supposed to be black, but it looks
Okay,
purple.
I see. Okay, he got black hair. Enough on the top to run your fingers through it.
Yeah.
Wow, this is cool.
Yeah. But for our purposes,
Yes.
I like needed him to be really hot.
Okay.
So this is the fan art I found of it that I want you to see. Imagine this.
Oh, okay. Would you consider him a bear?
Yeah.
He seems hairy.
And I mean, he might be, this image I'm showing you might make him look hotter than he's described.
That's fine.
But that's fine. And this is kind
always
of like,
picture them
this
hotter.
is the vibe that I want you to go into this with, thinking this is what I did. Once I got into it, was like Lady Gaga, You and I music video. Country town setting, city girl.
So glad we just
hot.
watched that.
So glad we
music
just watched
video.
it. I was like, that's such a good example. So just think, kind of like country, small town, hot dude. But he's not that hot. Okay,
I'm
I'll tell you.
there.
Okay. All right, let's get into it. Let's get into it.
Tell me a tale, Paul.
So this takes place, Stardew Valley takes place in Stardew Valley, but the town is called Pelican Town.
Okay.
It's a coastal town. So over here on the right side of the map is like the ocean.
Okay.
Down below.
Yep.
And then it's like woods, heavy woods, and then like big farms like outside of town, and then a very small like town center with like one small grocery store.
Into it.
Just really like a small coastal
I'm gonna
town.
Picture probably in my mind like a very northeastern
that
type
is how I have thought of it.
Rocky edges,
Yes.
woods, town,
but then
maybe
dense woods.
Yep.
And like agriculture strong happening.
Great.
Chapter 1.
Okay.
It's nighttime. It's Friday night, and Shane is 29, and we find him where we find him every Friday night, at the saloon, at the Star Drop Saloon.
Pub.
And he has just bought the last beer he can afford, so he settles up his tab, and then he sulks out into the night, What you learn about Shane right off the bat is he's a sad, depressed asshole.
Would you say tortured soul?
Tortured soul, but like also like this is everybody else's problem. Lashing out.
Oh, I see.
Don't
I
talk
see.
to me.
I see.
I'm fucking. Don't talk to me.
Okay.
My husband. This is how they describe him as 29 going on 45. The bags below his eyes, tinted ruby. The 5 o'clock shadow that darkened his jaw no matter how close the shave.
Damn.
The way his swept back hair from his forehead, several gray hairs poked through. In the last few years, his face has bloated from drinking.
Yeah.
He's doing a lot.
He doesn't
of
sound
drinking.
like he's doing
No,
well.
he's bad. And this is an average bad night for him.
Okay.
So he has his last beer. He's like, I got to get out of here. But he's planning to go home. We learn quickly that he lives at home, not at home, but he lives on a ranch in Stardew Valley that's like right by the farm. There's only one farm apparently in Stardew Valley.
Okay.
But
the farm.
He lives with his aunt Marnie and his goddaughter Jasmine, but she goes by Jazz. And you're kind of like, okay. And they just like kind of drop that like,
Right.
oh, it's his goddaughter. And all this true to the game.
Really?
All of this
That's
is true
his
to the game.
backstory.
Yeah, that is his backstory.
Okay.
That is his backstory.
Love that.
But like, so I said overall, he's just like a sad sack of a man. And so he goes and he sneaks to the ranch and he sneaks into his room and he finds like a fifth of whiskey. He takes that and now he's going to go out to his secret spot, the dock by the pond, and he's going to start sipping whiskey now.
And just fall in the pond and just drown to death.
This is what he does, like Friday night treat.
Yep.
Like it's not great. So he goes, and as he's like walking up to his spot, he sees there's like a person there, and he is like, what the fuck is this? Like he hates everyone in the town too.
Okay.
But it's like a lot
So
of
he's
like,
not a good time.
but he's not a good time, and it's a lot of like internalized like, well, they fucking hate me, so fuck them, I hate them, and you're just like,
Great.
okay,
That's healthy.
great, no, super cool. So then he gets there, and it's like some girl he's never seen before, and she's on the dock, and they like the author like makes it kind of like sound like she's like like scratching her arms, like she's like, I was like, is she like jonesing for drugs?
Right?
Like
Freaking
what
out.
the fuck is going on? But then he talks to her, and she's like basically like, oh, so like, you know, sorry, I didn't know I was gonna be out here, like whatever. And then she's like, can I like bum a smoke? And he's like, sorry, I like don't smoke.
Just alcohol.
And then he like offers her the whiskey. So then she takes like a big old like pull from the whiskey. And she's like, you know, pretty and blonde, and she has a stud in her nose, and she's like a little like, they don't describe her too much, but I'm thinking she's like alt looking.
Yeah,
you can
sounds
tell
like
she's like from the city.
Oh, she smokes cigs. She's got a nose ring.
Yeah.
She's not from the country.
She's not from like the little teeny tiny town, whatever. But so he's like looking at her, he's like whatever, like trying to like having like slight small talk. She like takes another couple swigs. She's like, well, thanks, and like, you know, I'm trying to quit smoking, so it's like probably good that you like didn't have a cigarette. He's just like, yeah, whatever. Like he's not like very.
He's not a conversationalist.
No, not at all.
Yeah.
She just like leaves and she goes back, and like you kind of hear like a little bit of her perspective of like, glad she didn't like have a cigarette, whatever. So then it's like he goes and he sits on the dock and he like does his like ritual of drinking and gets fucking wasted. So then, oh, actually it wasn't Friday night. That's my bad. Sorry, revision. He does have a ritual where he goes like every Friday night basically to
the
pub
bar
and like
yeah.
gets like,
This is Saturday night?
This is
Monday
this is like middle of the week.
Okay.
But it's like the level of how he fucking crazy he goes, like Friday nights is when he usually goes like nuts.
Yeah.
So whatever, he wakes up the next day hungover. So then he like walks to work, and they like describe him walking to work, and he works at Joja Mart, which is, as you read earlier,
Joja Corp.
It's basically like
Walmart.
So it's
Yeah,
like
yeah.
in the game when you go and you want to buy your seeds, like you go to the local grocery and it's like a little bit more expensive.
Yeah.
But if you go up to like Joja Mart,
Oh
you can
my
get cheap
God.
seeds. So you have to like choose, like, am I
Yes.
going to who am I going to
Am I going
hang
to
out
buy
with?
these massively
I
GMO
never
seeds?
in my life playing this game have spent a penny at Joja Mart. Actually, I
Good for
bet
you.
one soda there
Oh,
because
but
it
your
was,
husband works there?
but that's all right. He don't work anymore. He work on my farm. I took him from that. Anyway, don't talk about my husband.
Okay, so he works it.
So whatever, he like
Joja
walks,
Mart.
he's like walking to work, and like Joja Mart's like totally across like town. town, but it's like, you know, like a 15-minute
right.
walk. And then it's just like describing people he sees. Like he sees like Emily's like a bartender. She's like friendly to him. Like the only two people that are friendly to him are the like owner and bartender at the saloon, Gus and Emily. But even then they're just like, you know,
He's a dick.
they're like friendly to him because they're bartenders and they're nice people, but whatever. He like passes like there's like a doctor who is sometimes my husband, but I've never made him my husband.
Oh, he's your side piece.
Yeah, Dr. Harvey.
Your mistress, your hoe.
He like sees him and he's like, oh God, we're like the same age and he's a doctor. Like what a dick. Because he's just like, I haven't done it. Yeah, no, he's really like insufferable as you're reading this. You're just like, you're fucking miserable.
Yeah.
And you compare yourself, whatever. So then he's walking past Pierre's, which is the grocery store. And as he's walking, door flies open, almost smashes into him. Who's coming out of it?
Little blonde.
The girl from last night.
Little blonde.
And she's like, oh, like, sorry, like, blah, blah, blah. Oh, it's you from last night or whatever. Like, oh, it's like, sorry, I almost hit you at the store or whatever. And he just like looks at her and he's like, fuck you, or like, fuck off, like, out of my way. And she's like,
all right, dick.
And then he's like, whatever, and just walks to work.
Yep.
Because that's what he does. And that's how he treats people when you first meet him. So then we meet Sophia Wakeshire.
We'll go with
that.
that.
Is the name. And so that's the new girl in town. So she just moved into her grandpa's old farm.
Cool.
Then we kind of learned that like something happened and she moved to the farm. She's taking over the farm. They describe her as a former city girl with a corporate job all her young adult life. She'd gone from sensible skirts and heels to jeans and rubber boots, from 6 a.m. coffee runs to stomping in the mud before the sun even rose.
Oh, God.
At the office, she'd been greeted by the cloying scent of dozens of clashing perfumes. Today, she smelled damp earth.
Oh, you just love to see the transition.
I was like, you're going to like that. You're going to like that.
Uh-huh.
And she just like, she moved out there. She got a dog. It was like one of the first things she did. Her dog named Amber. Amber's around like the whole thing.
Amber's an interesting name.
I know. That's not my problem. I wouldn't have done that, but whatever. She like knows like the basics of farming, she says, like from her grandpa, but like it's going to be,
I mean, she's running a farm.
She's running a farm. She's going from,
are we talking cattle?
This is just produce at the moment, like just veggie. God. No cattle.
That would be the
but
dream.
you do get animals at some point.
If you want to get like a sheep.
You want to. You get sheep, you get cows, you can get pigs. Pigs get truffles. That's good money right there.
Oh.
I'll tell you that's good money right there. You got to get a pig, you got to get truffles going. You should play this game.
I would fucking love this
You would
game.
love this game. The dating part would get you like so, because you're just like, why? Oh, like we run into each other, but then also like I have to go water my fucking
100%.
crops,
I'm gonna
bro.
go mine some shit.
Yeah.
As like a looter and like a
and there's a whole mine with like 100 levels, 150 levels,
God,
and then like a second mine somewhere else. Like there's plenty to do while you're smoozing and falling in love with everyone. Yeah. And then they make like a mysterious comment when she's like reflecting about like how she's been living on the farm and all the work she's been doing. She's like, and it felt good to fall asleep with aching muscles and a clear head, exhausted from the labor. It even stopped the dreams. For the first time in 4 years, Sophia could work herself hard enough to stop the dreams. She hadn't thought it was possible.
The nightmares. Yep.
Yeah, so you get the little uh-oh.
And then, I'm just thinking the first time her and Shane sleep together. And I mean
sleep. It is like that. It do be like that.
She'll just have the most peaceful night sleep she's had. And the nightmares will never come. Yeah. While he's by her side.
Yeah. Well, something like that. Well, anyway. So she is packing up because she grew a bunch of salmon berries and she's made some jam.
Salmon flavored jam.
No. Salmon berries. It's a type of berry.
Tastes like salmon.
They don't taste like salmon.
What do they taste like?
I don't fucking know. But I know they don't taste like salmon.
They don't taste like salmon.
I know they don't. Anyway, so she's making her jam and she's like, all right, I'm going to go pack some of these up and feed them to just some of the townsfolk to get their opinion on it because I want to sell this jam. But so she gets there and she's like, gets to the saloon and she's like, here, like, will you guys like try this? And like, Emily's like, oh my God, my mom used to make it just like this. And she's like, everyone like, keep a jar. So then she's also like eyeing the other people at the bar and she's like, I'm going to like give them some too. So she sees just like, it starts like introducing people that like we don't really ever talk about again, but it's like characters from the game. So you're like, oh, Penny,
totally.
the carpenter, like great. But the person that she does see that is important is Marnie, Shane's aunt, who she does not know is Shane's aunt at the moment. And Marnie is sitting at a table with Mayor Lewis. Okay. Why is that happening? Because it's a very not well kept secret that Marnie and Mayor Lewis are in a little
tryst
thing.
Is he married?
He's not married though.
Okay,
so
great.
it's almost like,
They're having a secret
why
affair.
is this a secret relationship?
Yeah.
What's up with that? And we kind of find out later that's because Lewis like won't claim her.
Wow.
And it's like, you can go fuck yourself.
Oh, you're going to keep me
That's
your
what I'm
fucking
saying.
secret? Okay.
It's worst kept secret ever. We're out here at the bar.
Exactly.
We're literally having a beer together right now. Are you kidding me? Whatever.
Everybody knows.
And so like Marnie is kind of like an older woman, and she's got like auburn hair, braided, very granola, very warm, cozy at the homestead type. And she has a ranch where she raises animals, horses, cows, pigs, chickens, all of it. If you want to buy animals, you go to Marnie. That's her thing. But so she is like, oh, like me and your grandpa were like super close, and I love your jam. She's like, actually, I would like to buy a case of this jam from you like right now. Can you like bring me some over to the ranch tomorrow? And she's like, yeah, dude, like of course. So then whatever, they're like, I'm gonna bring you jam tomorrow, and Marnie and the mayor leave. Oh, we have to go. Probably gonna go fuck.
Yeah, while Shane's out of the house.
And she's like, don't forget to bring my jam in the morning. Like, I'll see you later. So then Sophia is just at the bar chilling, talking to Emily, because like Emily and her are like close to the same age, and Emily's like, I wish I would have known you like when we were kids and you would come here. I totally think like we would have been friends, and they're like super like fast close friends already.
Yeah.
And so she's like, whatever. Door opens, Shane comes in. And he fucking
rain cloud.
Rain cloud comes in,
Thunderclaps.
ready for his after work blackout.
Oh,
comes in and he's like, walks up to the bar. And so Emily's like, hey, Shane, have you met Sophia, like the new farmer in town? And he's just like, ugh.
Yeah, I told her to go fuck herself.
He just like doesn't. He's like a dick, basically. Like whatever. Like doesn't really acknowledge her, and it just is like, you know, can I get my fucking beer? And then goes and like sits at his table that he always in that. Blah 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 blah.
Like just end it already.
Yeah, dude. Well, and then so then Sophia's like, I will not be treated that way. And she like talks to Emily, and Emily's kind of like, you know, like Shane is also newer in town. He only got here last winter, and it's spring right now. So he's been here about 3 months. He moved in with Marnie with his goddaughter, and no one really knows what
his best friends obviously were killed in a car accident, and he inherited his goddaughter.
Yeah.
I mean,
dude,
that's how you get goddaughters.
That is exactly what happened.
Yeah. And so now he's drowning his
sorrows,
sorrows and his mourning and his grief into drinking.
But we're about to get, we're going to get deeper
dead.
into this. It's much deeper. It's much deeper than that. So whatever. So Sophia's like, so Emily's telling Sophia a little bit about Shane and that he works at Joja Mart up the road. And Sophia's like, oh man, I used to work for Joja Mart in the city at corporate.
Oh.
Like in a cubicle basement, no windows, miserable corporate working for him. So
I mean, I'd much rather live on a farm too.
Yeah. But she's like, whatever, you know what? Can I get 2 beers? And she grabs the beers, walks over to Shane, and is like, oh, like I used to work at like Joja Mart too, and I like fucking hated it. Like, oh my god, like isn't that the worst? And then he's like, oh, thanks for bringing up my job that I fucking hate. This bitch.
I'm having a feeling that Sophia's gonna be persistent.
I'm just gonna say this,
and I'm gonna be like, why? But he's lucky that she is.
She's lucky that she is.
Because I would be like, okay, bye.
I'm just saying this is a fanfic because my husband would not treat me like this, and he didn't.
Right.
And he didn't.
Yeah, I'd be like, okay, you can go fuck yourself.
So like it's funny because like in the game you give characters gifts to like make your relationship with them better, and like people have their like 2 top favorite gifts.
Yeah.
And Shane's this beer. So I just basically moved to town. And I'm a play as a dude. So I just came in town, found a straight guy, and fucking liquored him up until we started fucking. And then he moved in. I had Tiger King Shane. Like, and I'd do it again.
And you will.
And I will. New game.
Yeah.
All right.
Every time.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
So whatever. So she goes over there, and he's a dick. So then he's like, why don't you like fucking get out of here? So she just like slams the beer down that she got him and is like, it's a gift. And I said, that's funny, because that is the gift you give him. And then she leaves, mad. And she's like, fuck, I want a cigarette. They really try to play up that a cigarette addiction and alcoholism are the same. I will say that. And it is not the same. And it is a little insulting sometimes when she says stuff like that. Where she's like, I mean, I get what it's like craving a cigarette as he's blacked out drunk. Yeah. I was like, I don't think that is the same.
I don't think it's the same.
Sometimes Sophia's fucking really aggravating. So then whatever, we're back to Shane. Now, that was Friday night. He's waking up Saturday morning, hungover again. But this morning is something called the flower dance that happens every spring. This does happen in the game. And you go to the flower dance and you like dance with a partner is like the whole point of it.
Cute.
Like a spring little like cutesy like
Spring fling.
Yeah. And he promised Jazz, his goddaughter, that he would take her.
You better fucking take her.
He's
What
like,
is she, like 13 or something?
No, 7.
Oh, 7.
She's little.
Oh, she's a child.
She's little, and he's had her for the past, I think, 3 years or
so
something.
she was a
So
baby.
he got her as a baby.
Wow.
Very small baby.
I mean, I am a fucking slut for a single dad.
Oh, and this is...
Or a godfather dad.
This is like so dark
I'm
and
a
so
slut
sad.
for
And
it.
like the one redeeming quality of Shane is that
Jazz.
he's very good with Jazz.
That is the redeeming. That's the only
and
thing.
It's like he sees they are seen together in the way he treats her. It's like, oh, I want to.
And it's funny because the single dad, the godfather dad, whatever, they're always the grumpy to the sunshine.
Of course, they have to.
Not that she's sunshine in this story, but
she's is in a like way more than him.
Yeah, to his,
yeah,
for sure.
But so like she, Jazz is like, you promised you take me, and he is like, fuck, I like have to do this. But then we start to like learn that like a lot of his alcoholism, like the majority of it, is tied to social anxiety, and he can't get out of his head, and he can't be around people. And
Ain't
so like
that
when
the
he's
truth?
like, oh, I'm gonna have to go to this festival, the literal entire town is gonna be there. Like immediately panic. So then he goes to his sock drawer and he pulls out his bottle of whiskey.
Oh my God,
he
and then drives them.
No, everyone walks. This town's so
okay.
small, everyone's walking.
Okay, great.
There's literally one car talked about in the entire thing, and it's Marnie's truck.
That's funny.
Like, that is it. So whatever, he is freaking out that he's gonna have to go, especially if he has to like dance. I mean, it's just like middle school slow dancing is the expectation, but he's very freaked out about it. And then though, in this moment, while he's thinking about like dance with people, he's like, oh, that like new farm girl.
Oh, I wonder.
Yeah,
Will she be there?
Yeah, like whatever.
And then he's like,
my
yeah, but
God.
fuck her if she is.
Yeah,
but
like
I
whatever. So you're like, clearly this is a little bit of a love at first sight, or like stirring at first sight. Like, like there's like something about you. Something about you.
They're different.
They're different.
Well,
so
she worked at Joe Mart, so I mean, they have that.
Well, yeah, they do have that, even though he hated that she brought it up. He was so mad. He was such a bitch about it. He's a bitch about a lot of stuff.
Sounds like it.
So then we get back to Sophia, and it's like that Saturday morning as well, and she's like, puts on like a blue sundress, and she doesn't know about the flower festival dance thing because she's like new to town, but she's like, I gotta go take this jam over to Marnie's. She doesn't know that Marnie is Shane's aunt, but she's just put on a nice pretty sundress in the springtime, feeling herself, loving it. And she goes, like, walks over. It's just like down the road. They're very close to each other, like not even a 10-minute walk. And Marnie's like, come on in, like, let's make some coffee, like, thanks for bringing the jam. And she's like, I'm gonna go grab my wallet real quick, you just like hang tight here in the kitchen. Jazz comes like screaming into the kitchen, like running, laughing, and Shane's behind her, and he's chasing her and like picks her up and is like tickling her, and it's all like super cute. And they don't realize that Sophia's like right there in the kitchen watching it, and she's like, whoa, like what the fuck?
Yeah,
like this guy's supposed to be an asshole, but like look what he's doing.
Yeah.
And then she hears Jazz say like, oh, Uncle Shane, and she's like, wait, so this is like Jazz's uncle. He gets super weird when he sees her, like, oh God. And then Marnie comes back in, and she doesn't know that they've ran into each other or anything, so she like tries to like introduce them, and they like pretend that they don't know each other or haven't run into each other before. They like start talking about, oh, like Jazz and Shane are headed to like the flower dance, and like, oh, if you're gonna be a dick, like you're not gonna find like anyone to dance with. Marnie was like, why don't you, Sophia, go with them to the flower dance, since you're new to town, they're like newer.
Meddling
and yeah,
little Marnie.
yeah, obviously she is definitely like meddling. And Shane starts like freaking out, like, oh, I mean, and then Sophia's like, it's fine, I didn't want to go. Like, I didn't want to go. I was like gonna go home anyway.
Yeah, I'd be like, no, thank you.
Yeah, it's fine. So then Shane and Jazz leave, and it's just Marnie and Sophia, and they have some coffee, and they're just like chatting. And then Marnie is like, Shane like came to live with me under not great circumstances. Him and Jazz have like not had a great life. I know Shane is an asshole, but he has like a good heart and like no friends. And then she's like, and I'm pretty sure that you guys did know each other when I just tried to introduce you. And she's like, yeah, I did. And then she's like, and I'm sure he was probably like an ass to you, huh? We cut back to Shane and Jazz, and they're like going to the dance. Everybody's there. Within moments of them getting there, Jazz is like, okay, I see my friends, like, bye, and like runs off to go play like with some other little kid, Vincent. So then he's immediately anxious and stressed out. Just like, great, like that was my shield, having the little kid here. So he just kind of like sulks, tries to be quiet, like, and then he looks and he sees Sophia has like shown up. She's like in her beautiful dress, and he starts like he starts looking at her, you know. He's like talking about how the fabric like hits her body. I'm like, whoa,
oh yeah,
why am I even like thinking about that? And she's, you know, having refreshments and things and chatting with people, and he's just like watching her and like whatever. It's like, she's so social. Everyone kind of like there's like the dance starts and it's like kind of a thing, people like pair up, and Shane is kind of like off away, like in a little area away from like the main dance floor, just like by himself being weird. And Sophia's like, oh, okay, and like goes and finds him like in this corner that's like kind of private, and she like is like, oh, you know, like, don't you want to like dance or whatever? And she's kind of like being like pushy and a little like knowing and cheeky.
Yeah.
He's like, you know, like no one's been like this insistent on like being my friend since like my best friend of 13 years like did, or 13 years ago did, you know. And you get this like thing that like, oh, someone like forced their way through your outer shell, a best friend, and I wonder what happened to him. And like whatever, Sophia's like being flirty, and she's like, all right, well, like, you want to dance like alone here where we are, like not in front of everybody? So then he's like, well, I don't know how to dance. And she's like, neither do I, but I'm sure we can figure it out. And then they, middle school, leave enough room for Jesus between us, dance. And Shane is like he like says at the end of it in his head, he's like, oh, don't fall for her.
Oh, don't do it.
I was like, don't do it, Shane. My man. Well, that's my husband.
Well, yeah, I mean,
So first of all, Sophia.
Right. She's got to go.
She's lucky. She's lucky I'm on the other end of this. The dance ends. They go home. She gets home. She's like shaking.
Oh.
Which I was like, okay.
Yeah.
She's like, I'm not usually ever like the aggressor. But like with Shane, it's like so easy because he's so like despondent. Like he's such a dick to her anyway that she's like, well, it's like I could like be aggressive with you, and it's not like I'm afraid I'm going to get rejected because you're already just like an asshole.
Totally.
So then a week goes by, and then we learn that his dad, who is Marnie's brother, is horrible raging alcoholic as well, but like a very violent, throw beer bottles, scream at you, crazy type of dude. Shane started drinking in high school. Real early, young kid, like getting wasted, getting like kicked out of school for being drunk. At 19, he got sober because his best friend was there and was like got him sober basically. And from 19 to 26, he was sober.
Damn.
And was good.
Damn.
Yeah. And then he like makes a comment where he's like, but then
it
happened.
Then
I didn't have a best friend anymore.
Yep.
And so they don't say what happened.
We all can
put it together.
We know what's going on.
Shane goes to the saloon, shocker, drinks it up, and then leaves to go down to the dock like he always does, like doing his thing, drinking whiskey as he goes, gets to the dock, lays down, and is looking up at the stars, just starts crying.
Oh,
and he's like,
Shane.
you know, he's drank at the saloon all night, got the bottle of whiskey again at the dock in the middle of the night, drunk, sobbing in the public.
Oh no.
Messy, just everything. He's like thinking about all these bad things that we still don't really know what happened, but it's all coming out. He's having a fucking moment. Yeah, sobbing outside alone at night in a forest by a pond, crying is what I wrote. And then we get like just more into his abuse, and that like he grew up like no lunch money, smelly clothes, like had the stigma of being poor, and it was just like, yeah, like his mom was like kind of like a pill popping, not present mom. His dad's a crazy alcoholic. He grew up in the city and they treated him like shit. And it was bad.
Damn.
And then he met Garrett, who is his dead best friend. Starts thinking about Garrett and how like Garrett was always trying to like wingman for him and was like always trying to get him like in some kind of relationship or just like to pick up on girls, and it would like never work. And he could just never do it. Just like Shane's like too anxious to make it happen. And then for some reason he starts thinking about Sophia, and he's like, whoa, what's happening there? And he's thinking about her so much that he doesn't even realize that someone walks up behind him. And then we come back to Sophia, and she's at home, and it's the same night, and she's like, you know what, I had a hard week, I earned this. And she grabs a bottle of wine and a blanket, and she's like, I'm gonna go sit by the dock under the stars and enjoy myself a little glass of wine.
And who do we run into?
And then
sobbing Shane.
But like, so she like was walking up, and so she saw him like crying.
Yeah.
She saw him going through it. And she's like, I'm pretty sure he's been drinking. And I was like, yeah, I think we're all pretty sure he's been drinking. But she like sits down and he like stops crying. And he's like, oh God, what? And then she's like got her like little fucking fruit wine and he's drinking whiskey straight from the bottle. And they start like having like a little bit of a chat. He's more talkative when he drinks. Surprise, surprise.
Mm-hmm.
But he's still a dick, you know? And he's like, you don't have to be nice to me. And then he like downs like the whiskey and she's like, what? Oh, and he's like starts being like weird, which there's nothing worse than being with like a drunk weird person. And he has like a pocket knife. I mean, right now it's like girl alone with a drunk guy at a pocket knife on a dock.
Sure.
Is like not, but he starts doing the like
yes.
hand game and like stabbing in between his fingers. And she's like, fucking stop. Like that's so dumb.
Don't do that.
You're dumb. That's dumb.
Yeah.
And he's like, whatever, fuck you. Like, I'll do whatever I want, whatever. So then she's like, you know what? Fuck this. And like gets up and leaves. And then she's like, leaves. But then she actually just goes like to the end of the dock to a tree and like sits under the tree. Cause she's like, I don't really want to like leave him out here. Cause he's like drunk and like being weird. Which is like nice of her.
Yeah, she doesn't want him to die. That's nice.
Yeah. So then but like once she like leaves, he finishes the rest of his whiskey and then like almost falls into the lake. So
yeah, she's
like, okay, well, we can't do this. So then she just goes over and like carries his drunk ass back to the ranch. So then Shane wakes up the next day puking, hungover, like borderline alcohol poisoning, like hungover. Marnie shows up and she's like, here, like here's like some water and aspirin. She's like being really nice to him and he is a dick, like constantly a dick or just like not thankful or anything. Marnie's like, do you remember that like Sophia brought you home last night? Like, do you remember that that's what like happened? And he's like, fuck, like I've had bad drunk moments, but last night was like really bad and embarrassing, kind of like the worst.
Dang.
And then Marnie like gets a little real with him, like a little intervention style of like, do you need to maybe like not do that and like you're gonna die like you're gonna die in your sleep or something. And so she makes that comment like you're gonna
fall in the fucking pond.
Yeah, like you're going to die if you keep it up. And he's like, maybe I want to die, all fucking dramatic. But then he looks over
and Jazz is there. She's watching the whole thing.
So she sees him yell that he wants to die. And it's like, and drama, like she runs away. And then cut to, Shane is in the chicken coop. And he's petting his favorite chicken, Charlie. Oh. And that is true in the game. He has a chicken and his name is Charlie and he's his favorite and he loves his chickens. Very cute. He actually raises blue chickens. He's the only one that has blue chickens. Whatever. He's thinking about all his past not relationships and that he was like, ugh, like it wasn't even about sex. It was just like the fact that they were giving me like attention, like because I don't get attention. It's like what made me like want to do it. But and he's always like longing for the city and he like hates the small town. But then ever since Sophia got here, he's just been so intrigued by her. He says Shane wanted to know Sophia. He really, really wanted to know Sophia.
But he wouldn't let himself.
He just didn't want her to know him back. That's what he says. It's like, ooh. In one night, he's like, I'm pretty sure that I have worried Marnie.
Yes.
Jazz is like just scared of me or like, you know, is terrified of me. And Sophia knows that I'm a fucking loser.
Yeah.
So great. Things are going great for Shane.
Bad, and then worse.
Yeah. They were already bad and they've gotten worse, but it is all his own kind of
100%.
Where he goes into work and he's late and he gets in trouble and he's always in trouble. He's like on very thin ice. He even says he's like, honestly, like I hate my job, but it's the only thing that does get me out of bed so that I can like make sure that I like have some amount of money for like Jazz and anything in whiskey. He does say that. Yeah, he has like a rock bottom moment where this was just like, this is kind of the worst. I'm so sick of being a loser.
Nice.
And that's like what it's like great. But then weeks go by. Sophia runs into Marnie at the store and she's like in these weeks just been like farming vegetables and selling them and just like working this fucking ranch,
doing the dang thing.
Yeah, doing it. It's like real cute for her. Like she's being a farmer. And then Marnie's like, oh, you should have Shane come and help you out around the farm sometimes. Like I think that would be like so like good for him. He's like really handy around the ranch with me. And Sophia's like, what the fuck, as if? Like, I'm not, are you kidding me? Like I just brought that drunk ass home.
A few weeks ago.
But then Marnie's like, you should come over tomorrow and I'll show you around the ranch and you can meet some of the animals because maybe one day like you're gonna want some animals on your farm, plus just like, you know, it's nice, you know. And it's Sunday, so Shane would be there. And she like knows that. And then it turns out that Shane's been avoiding Sophia but she's been trying to fucking run into him.
Oh, really?
These weeks. Yeah. She's like not that subtle.
So she hasn't seen him at the dock. She hasn't.
But she's been like trying to,
Yep.
you know, she's like going to the store, hoping to run into him again like that morning, and like trying to be like, okay, like this is the path that he walked to work.
Totally.
Like, where the fuck is this guy? And she's been feeling bad about that night because like I don't know why she feels bad about it, honestly, other than just like maybe she thinks that she crashed him having a private moment.
Yeah.
But it's like, good thing you did.
Yep.
But
in public.
yeah, she's just like, he was like having a breakdown and I like interrupted it, and I feel bad about that.
Sure.
So then she's like, should I even like go over there? I can't stop thinking about him and like the light in his eyes when he was like playing with Jazz. But
that
like,
one moment,
you know, like, should I really go over to the ranch when like that's where he stays? And then she's like, you know what? He can fucking avoid me, but I'm not avoiding him.
That's goddamn
so
right.
I'm going. So the next day, she wears the same dress, that blue dress from the night they danced together, because she knows what she's doing.
Yeah.
She knows exactly what she. Oh, I wrote
Love
that.
that.
She's what she's doing. She knows what she's doing. She's making some cryptic comment about her like shitty ex too, and it's like the first we hear that shitty ex left the city, probably dead sister.
Yep.
Like those are the clues we have of her background. So she goes to the ranch and like Marnie shows her around, and she has a full horse girl awakening. She meets this
Really?
horse Annabelle, and it's like, oh girl,
Souls
yeah,
were
oh my
imprinting.
goodness, I love this
Yep.
horse. And it becomes like a whole thing that now she's like deeply in love with her favorite horse on the ranch,
Cool.
Annabelle. And but she gets there and Shane's not there, and she like kind of like, she doesn't want to like ask like, where's Shane? So she's like, oh, like Jazz and Shane aren't here, like what's the deal? And she's like, oh, Jazz is at her friend Vincent's house, like they're having a little play date. And she's like, okay, and like doesn't really ask about Shane, but then Marnie does like say, she's like, oh, and then Shane's at the spa, the bathhouse, because Stardew Valley has like up at the tip top this big like cool hot springs that everyone can go into, and it's cool, whatever,
Fuck
relaxing. Yeah. So she's like, oh yeah, he's there this Sunday morning having a
Ideal
soak.
town. You've
Yeah,
got forest,
right on the
you've got
coast.
You've got hot springs. You've
It's
got
picturesque,
ranches.
and you've got drama,
My God.
and that's it. I would go there, and the farm. So then Marnie's like kind of like she starts talking about like the relationship of everyone here, because it hasn't really been discussed.
Yeah.
Jazz isn't really Marnie's blood family, but like, you know, she treats her as much. She's Shane's goddaughter who's raising her after her parents died in a car accident. But at this point, she's like, we're just all family, like, and that Shane is really messed up and wasn't ready to like be a dad.
Yep.
He's like messed up from his friends dying. He wasn't ready to be a dad even when they were alive.
Yep.
So it's just like, this has been tough. But Marnie has like this ranch and room, and basically
for
like
Jazz.
Jazz's primary caregiver
Yeah,
at
thank
this
God
point.
for Jazz.
Thank God, 100%. So whatever, Marnie's like, do you want to stay for dinner? And she's like, no, I need to get back to the farm. Like, I gotta go do farm shit. And goes back to the farm, and then pulls out her grandpa's old bike out of the shed and starts riding away.
Fires that baby up.
Yeah, and rides to the spa. Come back to Shane, who we find out he's at the fucking spa. No one's there.
He's just relaxing.
Yeah, he's just relaxing in his hot
Love
spring,
that.
and he's thinking about Sophia because he's like, he's never been to the spa before. He literally only went that morning because Marnie was like, hey, Sophia's coming over tomorrow to like check out the animals. And then all of a sudden
Had to get the
he
hell
needs
out of
to
there.
try out the spa for the first time ever. He's just there thinking about her and thinking about how he's like avoiding her. And he's like, loves that it's private. He's like, maybe I will start coming here because it is so private. And it is so nice, all steamy and hot. And he's like spiraling thinking about Sophia. And then she fucking walks in.
Love it.
Right? And he's like, what the fuck? Can't believe it. She walks in wearing the blue dress from the night they danced together. And he's like, what? Yeah. He's like, what's going on?
Stunned.
How could this be? And then, and I didn't see this coming, I don't think she even looks at him. She fully in the dress walks down the stairs into the water, slow,
Wow.
sensually.
Oh, brother, where art thou moment?
Yeah, and like the dress is starting to like float behind her and flow in the water behind her. And Shane is just like,
Watching.
what the fuck?
What's happening?
And then just gets all the way until she's like swimming now. He's
Yeah.
trying to like hide himself in the steam. He's like, does she know I'm here? What the fuck is going on? What weird fantasy is this? And she just does like a little ethereal, sexy little dance-ish routine.
Get it, girl.
Swirl around
Get
in
it,
her dress with
Sophia.
it flowing all out everywhere. And then she walks all
Meanwhile,
out.
someone's in the corner of the tub like,
That's what I was like,
what's
maybe someone is here. What about the staff?
right?
She walks out and the dress just starts,
Clinging
clinging
to her body.
He can see every little nook and cranny, and she just walks straight up out through the changing room. And he's like, what the fuck? So he like scrambles and he's like chasing after her.
Nice.
And then by the time he gets out like through the changing room, she's just already on her bike, gone.
Little temptress.
Yeah, and he is
little seductress.
flustered. He's like, did that really just happen?
Yeah.
Cut to that night. He's in his room alone and he's just obsessing about her.
Just jacking it.
Not yet. But then he does. And he starts to. And you're like, yeah, all right.
Well, yeah,
He's jerking his dick, As he's doing it, he goes, no. And he feels too guilty to like use her as spank bank. And like that she'd be like so grossed out if she knew that I, disgusting Shane,
oh my God,
was thinking about her sexually.
All right, Shane, let's.
Yeah. So then he stops and he goes to bed repressed.
All right.
Then we get back to Sophia's like perspective, and she's like, what was that? Why did I do that?
Why did I do
that?
that?
Fully not
what came
planned.
over me?
She's like, I walked in there. He didn't say anything to me. And she's like, and then I just did that.
In the
I just
water?
walked into the water.
I mean, that's a little
I said, that's a move.
It's a move. It's a little embarrassing.
It's a little embarrassing.
I would be like,
I wouldn't. Yeah, if you're not like a dancer or something.
Hey, a little cringy, but all right.
So she's just like, whatever. I like did my little dance routine and left. I mean, I was like, it's just hot girl shit. She was just doing hot girl shit.
Love that. She's seducing him. I mean, and it worked.
So then it's a couple days later, and she's selling the last of her spring crops at the grocery store, and she sees Shane walking by outside, and she's like,
run, bolts.
I'm gonna catch that motherfucker, but Pierre is taking forever to price out these fucking vegetables. And she's like, so then she goes, actually, I'll just come back and get paid later. You finish, I'm leaving. Chases him down in the street. When she like is running to him, she runs into Alex, who's like the jock of the town, and Haley, the kind of like the hot bitch.
Yeah, clearly.
Yeah.
They're together.
And they see her like running after Shane, and they're like, hey, come here. They just start talking mad shit about Shane to her, being like, oh, he's like a drunk and a loser,
freak,
and we only put up with him because like Marnie's so sweet, and like that's his family, like whatever.
Like, y'all don't say that.
And then they're like, we're just like trying to like looking out for you, that like maybe you shouldn't like get involved with him. Oh, also I like heard you guys were like dancing together at the like flower festival, so I'm just like,
dude,
I don't know if you like want to do
Haley.
that. I know she's a total bitch, and Sophia's like, fuck off. Like, why? Thanks for calling me over for nothing. Fuck you guys. And chases Shane down. And he's like still walking away. But he heard some of that. She's like, I know he heard some of that. He was close for the beginning part of that.
Complex.
Yeah. And then she like, but she knows something. And she's like, hey, like, will you come help me on the farm on the weekends? Because there's like projects that I can't do by myself. Like, I'll pay you. And he's like, what would you get out of it? Like having me go there.
Help.
And she like redlines it. And she's like, fuck you. Like, I need help on my farm. It's not about what I get out of it. Like, what are you talking about?
I'm asking you for help. What do you get out of it? Help.
And then, yeah, exactly. And she's like,
Dickhead.
I don't think you're nearly as mean or spiteful as you think you are. I think you push people away, and I'm sure you have your reasons, but I'm not here to tell you how to feel, but I want you to know that I'm genuine. I don't play stupid games or yank people around for the fun of it. Because believe it or not, I'm not some jerk.
That's goddamn right.
She's like, but I'll never fucking bother you again if like that's how you want to play this.
You take the hint.
She's like, but for like, if you need a fucking friend, I'm here. He's like, okay, like, I'll help you on the farm. And then it's like, sorry for being a dick.
Cool.
But I'll help you on the farm. And they can't look her in the eyes. So then we get like a little flashback of like what Shane's been doing since the night of her getting in that dress. Something happened when like Sophia came that night, and it like brought a spark of joy back to him, and he's like starting to like think, there's a little bit of hope or something.
I love that.
So that night when he's thinking about like all of that, that's like the last night that he went to the saloon that week after the whole dress thing and everything. Instead, he bought just like some cheap like light beer from Joja, a bunch of soda water, and that's like his plan now is he's after work he's gonna have like a couple of these like weak ass beers and then switch to soda water. I said, I don't know if that's gonna do it for you, my dude. But I like that that's where your head's at, that you're trying to
small baby steps.
Yeah, baby steps. So that's kind of like what he's been doing is like trying not to drink so much, like cutting back and being home more for Jazz. Cut to the morning of the farm helping, and he's like awake bright and early, ready to go, but he starts now to feel super anxious, like the thought of being there alone with her on her farm. So he gets in his head and he opens his fucking drawer and he sneaks like a couple swigs of like an emergency bottle of whiskey that he keeps.
Idiot.
Like, yeah, idiot. Now it's Sophia. It's that morning and she's all flustered. She's like, Shane's coming. Oh my God. He's coming to my house. Like, what am I going to do? So she keeps like checking the driveway to see if he's coming.
Damn,
she's
this
like,
little eager bitch.
She is very eager. And then she sees him walking up. And he's in just like a plain white t-shirt and jeans.
Okay.
And she's like so into it. She's like, oh man, this is
hot.
Like so, like he's looking hot. And she's like, yeah, I know he's kind of got like a dad bod, but like the way this like shirt's grabbing him and like, and you can like tell that he like was fit at a time.
Yeah.
And that it's like, you know, this weight's been put
dad
on
bods
over
are
those.
hot.
I'm all about it. I'm super into this. I was like, yeah, dude, are you kidding me? So then she's like shows him around the farm and she's like growing peppers and he's like, oh, you like spicy food? And she's like, yeah, I do like spicy food. And
bonding.
Yeah, which is funny because his other favorite gift is jalapeno poppers.
Oh.
Pepper poppers. I know that. That's my husband.
Oh my God.
Yeah, beer and jalapeno poppers. I was like, I get it, dude. I get it, dude.
Fuck.
Dude, I would fuck up jalapeno poppers
Up
right now.
jalapeno poppers right now.
Yeah.
And do you know where I'd get them from?
Where? Arby's?
Arby's or Carl's Jr.
Okay.
I don't even give a fuck.
Just
Right
want
now, just a
crispy,
deep fried,
a TGI
breaded.
Fridays frozen, like. Okay, so whatever, they laugh about the peppers.
Yeah, they're bonding.
Whatever.
They're
They're
having
having, you know, it's
moments.
like warming up a little bit. So they start like working on the farm, clearing out like debris and broken branches and shit, trying to clear the land. Okay, so after like 4 hours of them clearing logs and shit, she's like, let's take a break and like I'll go get us like a little snack. He's like awkward. They're very awkward. They're
Yes.
always super awkward together.
I'm not assuming
like,
that they're
yeah.
not.
So it's like really they're like not talking, they're just like working. So then she's like checking on him through the window and she's like, damn, he looks good working on the farm, like healthy, like he looks kind of hot. But she's like, I can kind of tell that he had a drink this morning though.
Yeah.
He ain't hiding it. You think you're hiding it, he ain't hiding it.
Yeah.
I don't know if he thinks he's hiding it, but he's just embarrassed by it.
For sure.
But even in her head, she's like, it's probably just like to calm himself down. She's starting to make excuses for him. So then she brings out some snacks and like forces him to take a break. And she's like asking him about the city. And like, oh, they both lived in Zuzu City is what it's called. Zuzu City.
Joja, Zuzu.
Zuzu City, you know? Oh, eventually she's like, while they're talking, she's like, I did have a sister. You know, it used to be my parents, me and my sister. And my sister killed herself, committed suicide. And then Shane's like, well, Jazz's parents were Garrett and Samantha. Garrett was my best friend and like Samantha was his like fiance wife, and they were killed in a drunk driving accident.
Damn.
Yeah.
So we're opening up.
So we're having this moment where they both like reveal like their main trauma. It's the end of the day. She's like, okay, like let me go get like my wallet and I'll pay you like for the day. And he's like, no. And she's like, I have to pay you. Like we worked a full day on the farm. And he was like, well, no, because like we're friends. And so I did this as a friend.
Oh.
And so that's her. She's like, oh, okay, well.
Okay.
All right. And then she's like, no, because what about like all the other days? Like I kind of need you to come help me like every weekend. And he's like, I'll see you next Saturday.
Wow. Love that.
Yeah. No pay. And they're just like, okay.
Feels like the start of something.
Yeah. Because now they have like this date, the standing like Saturday date. Oh, and then while he's leaving that day, he's like, hey, the other week at the bathhouse, what was that? And she just goes, I don't know. And I'm like, legit.
I love this.
We don't know. Yeah. It happened.
Something came over
Something
me.
came over and she did it and it worked though, because he's been thinking about it ever since. So the next day Shane wakes up and he is sore as fuck.
Hard day's work.
But he was trying not to show it because he's awkward and weird. So he just like worked past his capacity to work.
He's like,
and just
shaking,
like hurt himself.
trying
basically.
to sit down on the
He was like,
toilet.
I'm trying to impress her. So he just spends the day fucking slamming sparkling waters and playing video games. And I'm
for
like,
him.
good dude, Shane.
Good for you.
That is my husband.
There you go.
That's my husband.
He's starting to appear.
The next week he like avoids the saloon for like most of the week, which is like usually every day he stops for at least a beer. And then he has like a little slip up on Thursday. And then Friday.
And then Friday.
Thursday, Lesnar, Friday. I said, as they do.
And now we're on Saturday. And he's...
So then, like, he goes, but today, he's like, but Saturday, I'm not going to drink before I go to the farm. And he doesn't.
Okay, good.
He doesn't.
Well, yeah,
and he doesn't
like
and he doesn't get, like, shit-faced those 2 nights. He just has a couple drinks. But then he has, like, a run-in with Marnie. Because Marnie's like, everyone can see you and Sophia. Like, we're all watching you guys. And he does not like... The one thing he hates about the small town is, like, everyone knowing their business. And he doesn't like people watching him or, like...
He doesn't like to be perceived,
he does
it looks
not.
like.
And so, like, the idea that people are talking about him behind his back is, like, crazy to him.
Well, that's just what happens in life.
And, yeah.
People talk about
But then Marnie also, which is, like, probably... She then is also like, and I just want to say, like, I've noticed that you're coming home and not going to the bar and you're drinking, like, sparkling water. And he's like, fucking no, like, whatever, and like leaves.
He's like, stop looking at me.
Yeah, don't fucking look at me. Don't see that I'm changing my life for the better. Like, go whatever, and like leaves all weird.
He is.
And he's like, I'm not good. Oh yeah.
Unintelligent.
Oh yeah. He's like, I'm not good enough for like Sophia. And so I got the idea that people are like talking about us like being together. It's like must be so embarrassing for her. And then he's like, I got a lot more problems going on with myself, more than 50-50 cheap beer and sparkling water is gonna fix. And I said, I agree with you, Shane. You do have more going on. It's like, this is Saturday. He's supposed to be going to the farm, but he just had this awkward thing with Marnie that's like set him into a spiral. So while he's walking to the farm, instead he just turns around and he walks to Jojo Mart and he buys a 12-pack of beer. And then he's like, I want to show Sophia like what a piece of shit I am, and that I'm not reliable, and she should just give up on me.
Yeah.
So he starts drinking some beers on his way over there, and then when he gets there,
just dropping the cans.
Yeah, you know, you could just littering. See it just on this dirt road, just slamming,
just
with a box under his arm.
Yep.
Pissed that someone was like mentioned he did something good. So then he gets there and she like rips the door open. She's like all excited to see him because she's obviously in love too.
Yeah.
And she like looks and sees the beers in his hand, and she goes, "Oh, are we drinking today?" Like not phased by it. And instead of getting like mad, which he thought she was gonna be like, "Oh, fucking pissed," or whatever, she's like, "Bet, let's go.
Yeah.
Crack me a cold one then, motherfucker." And she's like, "Why don't we just pack some beers into my cooler and like walk around the property because I never gave you like a full tour." And so he went there expecting to like fuck everything up, and instead it's like they're having a picnic, and he's like, okay. And so they do, and they spend like an hour drinking beers and walking around the property. And eventually she leads him to an old tree house that's like on the edge of the property. They like climb up into the tree house, and then he kind of like, they like bring up like, hey, you showed up here drunk, you know, today. Like, what was all of that about? And he's just like, I'm like, sorry that I did that. Like, I don't fucking know.
He's growing.
And then they like are looking around the treehouse, and like there's like this dark stain on like one of the walls, and it's like blood. And we get like a story of how like Amy, her sister, when they were kids, they like, I think it was like she got into witchcraft and they wanted to do like a blood ritual, and that's like what it was. And she's like opening up to him about like all of that. No, it was her blood. Like they cut their hands and like did like some blood stuff ritual thing. And he's telling her, or she's telling him all about that, and she's like, she is getting drunker than him because she's not an alcoholic, and he's like, you know, could have 6 beers and it doesn't faze him.
Yeah.
So she gets like a little, and they like sit down, and then she like leans over on him and like falls asleep. Now. And from her perspective, she thinks they both fall asleep.
Yeah.
But he like never.
He's like,
yeah, exactly.
She's touching me. Oh my God.
So then like she wakes up and she like realizes that she's like leaning against Shane, and then she's like, oh my God, I fell asleep like against your shoulder for like an hour. He's like, yeah, I guess you did. Like, and they have this super awkward walk back to her like house on the farm. Fucking all they do is that.
Nerds.
And then when they get there, she's like, all right, like let's have lunch. Like it's past midday now, like let me just like make you lunch. They like have lunch together, and it's like, it's cute. They have like a little cute moment after this, and like he leaves. And she calls her mom, and like this is kind of like the first interaction we see with her and her parents. And her mom is just like a zombie. Is very like, oh, that's nice, dear. Ever since her sister died, her mom's just like not a person anymore. And Sophia is kind of a bitch She like cusses her mom out.
What'd she say?
She's like, you don't even fucking care like about like what I'm doing, or you have no interest in the farm and like all this shit. And it's just like she's very frustrated because it's like she lost her parents when she lost her sister because they like zombied out so hard. And this is what prompted her calling her mom. While Shane was there, she looks at her phone and she has a text message from like a number she doesn't know. And it's her ex-boyfriend Rick, who's like, hey, I'm like finally getting a hold of you again. Like, I miss you. I love you.
Yep,
We're most like should be together. And she's like, whatever, fuck this guy. So, but when she calls her mom, she's like, did you give Rick my number? And her mom's like, yeah, he said that he lost it and he called it. And she's like,
smart
Mom, I literally like told you, like I had like, I don't know if it was like a restraining order or something. It was like legit.
So your daughter has a restraining order. You're going to give your fucking, all right.
I don't know if he had a restraining order, if it was just like, Mom, you know that I like,
he's a bad guy.
He's a bad guy and I left because of him. Hello. Like, that's why I'm out here. And her mom's like, whatever. And so then she reads like the last few text messages from Rick and it's like just him being like, I love you more than life itself. And she has like a real big reaction to the phrasing, I love you more than life itself.
Yeah.
She's like, fuck him for using that against me, is like what she kind of says. And you're like, I don't know why, but okay. While Shane was there, like she said like, ugh, my like gross text, like ex just texted me. And so he is jealous. Shane goes home that night and he finds Jazz and he's like, we need to have a talk. And they like talk about kind of like death and that he said he wanted to die and he's just like, I don't want to. And just like she still doesn't got a
reason to live now.
And she doesn't like totally, but it's like Jazz should have been that reason and and has realistically been what's kept him limping along.
Yes,
I would say. But he does kind of just like talk, like she talks about like, I don't want you to die because like die means you don't, like you're gone, because that's all her like view of death is like my parents died, but she was like way too young to even know them. They have that heart to heart. He like puts her to bed and then he sneaks out to go to the bar. But when he goes to the bar, he just orders a soda. And Emily is super fucking chill about it. She doesn't make it. She's just like, hey, here's your soda.
Yeah,
because he's anxious that people are gonna be like, aren't you getting wasted, aren't you getting drunk? It's like, and Emily was just like, no, here's your soda.
Right.
And like chats him up. And he kind of says that like he wants to do that because it's like exposure therapy where like I want to be able to go to the bar, like to the saloon where I go all the time. And I want to be able to just order a soda and it not turn into a thing. So you're like, stoked. That's a good day. Especially when I'm starting in the morning with a 12 pack.
Right.
To I'm having a soda at the bar.
And an epiphany.
It's great. So we are starting to like Shane a little bit here. And then he does struggle and he leaves the bar without drinking, but he was like very, very tempted. So time keeps going on. And every week they're still doing this farm thing and they're working. It's not flirty shit the whole time. It's fucking working. And it's like a little stiff at first, but then they get into like a good rhythm. Shane's not drinking. He's not going to the saloon. He says that he's had like a couple like slip ups, like a night here or there, but for like he's doing good. And he starts going every Friday to the saloon because that was his old ritual of like, this is the night I tie one on. But now he just goes every Friday, has a soda and leaves. And he's like, this is my like, I'm building my willpower up situation. And it's like, badass, dude. Oh, okay. So while one day they've been working and clearing out all the fucking field. They're working on the barn now and they're on the roof like repairing it, and they kind of like look and they're like, oh, look at all this like great work that we did, like all this shit. And they're having like a cutesy moment, and then Shane is like, if you want you can come over tomorrow morning, like Sunday, and play with the like animals and the horses and stuff or whatever.
Come see your favorite horse.
Yeah. And she's like, yes, it's a date. And so they do it the next morning, and she decides to bring her dog Amber with her, and it's like super fucking awkward when they get there. Not because of the dog. It's just super fucking awkward. Like he just like greets her poorly and it's just weird. And then Jazz like comes in and it eases the tension like a little bit. But she always like Sophia always gets the hots for Shane whenever he sees her being like a good dad. And then she starts like looking at Shane too, and she's like, his face is less puffy, his eyes are less like sunken in.
Yeah.
He is starting to like slim and firm up a little bit.
All that hard work.
All the hard work, not drinking. Like he's like getting in shape. His like dad bod's getting solid. So she's like checking him out. She's having a moment. Leave the room. They go to hang out with the horses and all this shit. Jazz and the dog run off together. And so they are like alone. And he's like, why don't you like get on Annabelle and I'll like walk you around on the horse. It's like your favorite horse. And she's like struggles to get on the horse.
He helps her out.
And then he like helps her. But then like eventually Jazz comes back and is like, I want to ride. So when he's helping her down, like he like picks her up under the arms and they get all
yeah.
And that's when she's like, oh, his like body's like firm but soft, like it's like perfect. And they have like this whole like hot and heavy moment for a second. Jazz interrupts it, whatever. Eventually they go to like the chicken coop so she can meet his favorite chicken, and they're just having, it's just cute, they're getting to know each other. And
totally.
Sophia starts talking about like, oh well, I want to convert my barn into a stable because like I'm not gonna get cows, but I would be super into like getting a horse, aka Annabelle, one day.
Yes.
And he's like, I can help you do that. And she's like, oh well, that'll be like years from now. And he's like, I'll help you. Like, I'm gonna be around that long. And then Jazz, being a little baby kid, like runs up to them and is like, Sophia, like, are you Shane's girlfriend? And it's like awkward, obviously.
Yeah.
And then she was like, no, we're just friends or whatever. But, you know, both thinking like, oh, I fucking wish. So then it's the town luau that they have every year, right? So Shane gets like suckered into going to help set up the booth for Jojo Mart as like overtime. So him and this guy, Sam, this guy that's like graduated high school but is saving up to go to college. He's just like young and kind of cool. And he works at Jojo Mart with Shane. And they're not really friends because Shane's a dick. And he's like, oh, fuck that guy. Like, he's so nice. Like setting up the little booth for Jojo Mart. And then Sam leaves to go hang out with his like friends who are also young and cool, or like in their like early 20s, Sebastian and Abby. Sebastian is like an emo goth kid that is a computer programmer, and that's how he makes his money. And Abby's Pierre, the grocery store owner's daughter. And they're like 20 something and they're cool. So Sam goes to hang out with them, and Sophia shows up and she's like, oh, hey, like I was just dropping off some like, you know, fucking groceries or whatever. She's like, let me help you like set up the booth. So they start having like all this like cutesy like setup stuff. But then eventually Sam comes back and he brings his friends and they start talking to like Sophia, and they all are hitting it off.
Vibing.
They're having a good time. Shane's spiraling now. How dare she? How dare other people? He's like, oh, of course other people are going to like figure out that she's like cool. Like blah, 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 blah. Like all this shit. And he gets like super jealous and weird, and then he's like trying to like leave or something. But then when he like goes to leave, Sophia's like, well, I'll come with you. Like, let's go.
Yeah.
And is like, do you want to come actually like hang out at the farm like with me? They go to the farm. They have a bonfire. And this is very flirty, very she turns their seats, she puts her feet up. He's rubbing her feet at one point.
God.
They're finally getting cutesy, and he's like, this is what couples do. Like, this is like, you know, but like, why would she
like flirty?
Or flirty,
yeah.
dude, yeah. She starts talking to him, and she basically reveals, and this is kind of like, you're like, oh, is that her sister, Amy, was a raging bitch to everyone and super like emotionally like demanding, pushed everyone away, but Sophia was like her special person in her life, so she is hooked on this like, you're an asshole to everyone but me. Like that is her Shane hook, like hang up, is that he reminds her of her sister
Amy.
So then whatever, it like gets a little intense, or they end up just like, okay, let's like cut the tension and play cards. And so they're like playing cards, and it's like a game where you have to like slap each other's hands, so they're like touching, and it gets like all cutesy.
Was that called War?
No, they had some other name for it, but I don't know. And Ember pops out of the bonfire and like lands on like the like ace of hearts.
Oh, I thought you said Amber. I was like, the dog?
Oh, no, Ember.
And Ember
pops out of it and like burns this playing card. And they're like, oh, well, I guess we can't use this game anymore now that the ace of hearts has like been burned. So then he's like, I guess we should like, you know, call it a night. And like walks her back to the house, and she gives him like a little kiss on the cheek, and it's heaven. And he keeps the playing card, the burnt playing card.
Cute.
Sophia has a dream that night.
Nightmare?
And the dream is the day that she found her sister dead in the apartment that they shared. So it was like after work. It was very tragic. Her sister's last text to her while she was on her way home was, I love you more than life itself. So that's why we figure out why she freaked out so much.
What a manipulative fucking bastard.
Yeah.
I mean, hello.
She finds her sister dead in their apartment, and then she was like interning at the Jojo Mart after her like sister died. She couldn't focus on work, so she never got promoted. So all the other interns around her are getting promoted and going into whatever they're doing, and eventually a new round of interns start, and that's where she meets Rick. And she was just like a hollow version of herself.
Oh, he definitely latched
And
onto
he
that.
latches onto her. So she was like saying that she was so lost, and he steps in and he quickly made her his girlfriend. And even like he does this weird thing where he's like, I know you want me, and then has her like suck his dick in the cubicle at work. And it's like borderline like abusive, but she's like, I did it, but I was just like, I just did whatever he told me. And he was
Don't
like
Rick.
no, and he's like clean cut, has it all together,
Ew.
like corporate wannabe guy,
Ew.
like
Psychopath.
psychopath, always can tell her what's wrong with her and how she could be better, but like love bombed her super hard in the beginning.
Yeah, fucking
and then was like,
psychopath.
oh, you must be special because I love you, like that kind of crazy shit.
Dude, I gotta be honest with you. If someone ever tells me
I
that,
would lose my mind.
I'm going to tell you that they told
Oh,
me
yeah,
that,
no,
and I need you
Yeah.
to do something.
Oh, why would
about
you
it.
have to? Oh my god. She was like, it was always Rick knew best was like the thing. After her sister died and she found her, and it traumatized her, so she had these dreams of finding her every single
Yeah.
night, and she'd wake up vomiting, like having to puke. And when she was with Rick, he would always be like, you need to get over it, you need to move on, you need to realize that's fake.
Real helpful,
Yeah,
Rick.
yeah, and never once like comforted her. So she's like always like, that's like fucked up about her because of Rick and all that shit. Then she's like, I could never imagine like Shane being so cruel if he like found me sick after a dream.
I don't think he would be that cool
I don't think so either. So whatever, they had that like beautiful night, but she still had the dream, which was like the first time in a long time. And she always like, because she's quit smoking, but she smokes a cigarette whenever she has the dream. Like that's how she calms her nerves in the middle of the night. That Saturday, so this is like the next day, Shane gets called into work and can't go to Sophia's on Saturday. But he's like, I can't turn down an 8-hour overtime shift because he's already worked a full week.
Mm-hmm.
And then so he's at work and he's like, whatever, stocking the shelves, all that shit. And Sophia walks up. She comes in. And she like does this whole thing
hey,
of
boo.
like,
She does a little
she
dance
goes, oh,
for him.
excuse me, sir, like can you point me in the direction, like does this whole thing. And she's like, I rehearsed that, blah 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 blah. And then he's just like weird.
I'd be like, don't look at me.
Yeah, that he is kind of like, I'm embarrassed that I work here and that you're here. And she's like baking, so he like points her in the direction of what she needs in like the baking aisle or whatever. And then while she's doing that, Sam like shows up. He's working that day too, and he was like, oh hey, like that's Sophia, like the new farm girl. He was like, do you know if she's seen anyone?
Ooh.
And he's like, I don't know. And he goes, okay, because Sebastian like thought she was really cute and he wants to like ask her out. So just like, do you know? And he was like, yeah, I think she is. I think she is.
I'd do the same thing. I'd be like,
I mean, I would say the same. I would
I'd be
sabotage
like,
that.
she's gay.
Oh yeah. Oh, huge lesbian. Huge. Obviously, can you tell? So then he starts spiraling. He's like, you know what? For all I know, whenever Sophia's not around me, she's flirting with other guys. Like maybe she just is a flirt. So I think she's flirting with me, but it's really just how she is with people. Maybe she's a fucking
know
whore.
what?
You know, like
Oh
he's like, you know, maybe I'm just an idiot for thinking that she hasn't been out here hitting on Sebastian.
Smart.
Spiraling, freaking out.
That's
And then he's like,
emotionally...
maybe when that Ace of Hearts got burnt, I took it as a message of like hot love. But what if it's that she's gonna burn my heart?
Oh my.
So he's crashing out, basically.
Yeah, I'd say that's a crash out.
Yeah. So then he like, you know, he goes home and he slams some soda waters and they're not hitting the itch. So he takes Jazz to the dock. He's just like, let's go to the dock, you know, let's get out of the
Go
house.
fishing or...
He's just hanging out. She's being a little kid running around, but it just like prevents him from drinking because they do that and it was nice. You know?
I mean, that's productive. I will say he's crazy.
He is crazy.
That's insane.
But he does tell Jazz while they're out there, he's like, I do have a crush on like Miss Sophia.
Yeah, no shit.
Just so you know.
Jazz is like, yeah, I've known.
Jazz like, ask her out. Now there's another event happening in town called the Dance of the Moonlight Jellies, which is a...
Oh my God. By the way, we should just start making our own events.
Oh, yeah.
And call them things like that.
Yeah. Well, this one is because...
Dance of the Moonlight Jelly?
But it's because once a year... there's like a jellyfish migration on the beach and they're all bioluminescent.
Oh my
So
God.
all of the beach lights up glowing with this blue light, but it's all these jellyfish.
That would be my favorite event of the year.
And it is actually, you find out Shane's like, I don't think he's ever actually been to it, but he really thinks it's like so fucking cool. Like this whole event.
It is.
And she's never been to it. It's her first time like too. But he kind of asks her about, or she asks him if he's gonna go to it, and he's obviously like weird about it.
Yes, obviously.
That's
correct. I would say that's correct.
And he's like, there's too many people there, so like I can't go. Like, you know, and she's like, okay, well that's like a bummer because like she was obviously wanting to go together. So then after that, the rest of the week, she's now in a pissed off mood because they had this weird Saturday where she didn't get her like fix of like flirty Shane.
Girl, don't let him get to you.
And she feels like super dumb for getting like dressed up and going to his work and like doing that stupid little thing and say, because while she was there, she was like, I missed you. Like, I missed you today. And he like doesn't say it back because he's fucking stupid. She just feels like she's been laying it on thick and it's like not getting reciprocated, or it's just like very small little things. So Friday night comes around and she's like, I mean, maybe he is still like, maybe he'll be at the saloon, like getting his like soda. So she gets all dressed up, hoping to run into him, having a soda at the bar. She gets there. He's not there. So she orders her fucking pepper poppers and a soda, and she sits at his regular table, hoping that he'll show up and be, or she goes, maybe he's just like in the bathroom and he's going to come out and I'll be at his table now with like soda and poppers, which I would love that.
Soda and poppers?
Yeah. But he's not. So then Sam is at the bar and he comes up and he's like, hey, me and Abby and Sebastian are all playing pool in the other room. Do you want to join us? New girl. And she's like, yeah, sure. You know, what the fuck do I have going on? So she goes over there. They're all being friends. Abby reminds her of Amy, her sister, because she's kind of like goth alt too and like witchy and shit. And she's just kind of like, and she's kicking everyone's asses at pool. She's actually really good at it, it turns out. But then like she's so into it, she like doesn't even notice that the door opens.
Yep, and he sees
and
he's gonna get pissed.
Yeah. So then she's like talking to Abby, I think, and then Sebastian is like or like, Sophia, it's your turn, and like yells her name, and she looks up, and then Shane at the bar ordering his soda sees, and so he sees this whole thing, obviously, and she's like, oh shit, and sees his face. They make eye contact, but he doesn't like wave, and he just goes and he sits down at his table where that she was just at. And she's like, oh, you know what? I'm actually gonna like sit this game out, you guys. And she goes over to talk to him, but he's cold as fuck to her. He's having a fit. She sits down and she's like, what the fuck? Like, I came here hoping to see you. Like, I was at your table. And he's like, go have fun with your friends.
Yeah, go with your little boyfriend.
And she's like, it's not even like that. Like, I'm only hanging out with them because you weren't here yet. And she says that, and then she looks at the soda and she's like, oh, I'm happy like you're not like drinking or whatever. And then right then Emily walks up with a beer because he's crashing out.
Yeah.
She was like 42 days, Shane, because that's what he was at. Well, it's 42 days, and she was counting. Like, he had shared the number with her, and then ever since that day she kept counting, and this was 42 days. And she's like, you're gonna give that up for what? And he's like, correction, bitch. Well, he doesn't say bitch.
Yeah.
But he's like, correction, 5 days. And she's like, wait, what? And she puts it together that the reason he was a prick last Saturday was because he was hungover. What it turns out is like her coming to his work, and then Sam wanting Sebastian like triggered him. So like he did that whole walk with Jazz, and he didn't drink that night, but he did the next, and he did the next. Like, I
will say, Paul, as far as MMCs go, this guy's really going to have to turn it around.
Oh, I'm not sure if he will for you.
Yeah, I like it emotionally. I like in dark romances of the psychopaths, you know, but I do like the men that,
I have to take this hat off.
Take it off.
My head hurts so bad.
The men that can, you know, grow up, progress.
Yeah, he does a little bit eventually, but yeah, no, like
say that.
That's why I'm like, this is not my husband.
Right.
Shane is my husband.
This ain't the Shane you know.
This is not my Shane. This is this fanfic Shane. Okay. So then whatever she is like, what the fuck? And he realizes he was drinking all weekend. And she's like, and just like goes back to her new friends, like sick to her stomach that this is what just happened.
Yeah.
And then she looks up and Shane's at the bar and I
kissing that drunk woman Pam.
And he's orders 5 shots and slams them. And I'd like to say this. Hey, Gus, you're the villain.
For sure.
You just overserve someone.
Yeah.
You cannot give a single person 5 shots immediately after they just ordered a beer. Like, that's crazy. You broke the law.
Yeah, that's crazy.
You broke the law. You were overserved that night, Shane. Whatever. So he takes those shots and then he leaves. He storms out. So she's like spinning. She's like, I don't know what to do. And Abby's like, are you good? Like, what up, girl? And she's like, you know what? I have a headache. I gotta go.
Yeah.
So she goes and she takes off to go look for Shane, obviously. And she looks at the usual spots, but he's like, you know, not there. So then she walks past Marnie's house and she sees that his light is on in his room. And she's like, okay, I'm going to assume that means he made it home safe and I'm going to go home. So she does. Oh, and so like when he got that little stuffed turtle UFO thing, she also wrote him a birthday card just like on a folded piece of paper, like really quick, like, and that's been like a treasured item of his ever since then. But he wakes up from his like drunkenness and finds that he had
Destroyed it.
He didn't destroy it, but all the nice things that she wrote on it, he wrote over it like, don't be such a fucking pussy, ask her out, you're such a coward, just like talking really bad about himself, about he should be asking her out because he likes her. But it's very just like derogatory to him. He's dark, he's not doing good.
No.
But he goes to the farm Saturday anyway.
Okay.
Vibes are off. They're not talking about how weird it just was at the pub. And she's like walking on eggshells, and she gives, and then Jazz had like drawn her some pictures. So Shane's like, here are like the pictures that Jazz drew you. And so like Sophia softens like, a little
she's
bit.
all forgiven.
Of course. It takes him all day, but finally like at the end of the day, he's like, you know what? I do want to go to the Moonlight Jelly thing. Like, will you actually go with me?
She's like, yeah, let's go.
But she goes, well...
I mean, my God, this woman, he can do no wrong in her eyes.
She goes, well, after you said no, Sam and Sebastian and Abby invited me to go with with them as a group. Okay. And I said yes. And she goes, why don't you come along with us?
He's going to be like, no.
She's like, you and Sam are like friends, but he's like, we're not friends. We just like work together. I like barely know him. And he's like, no, I can't go. I just forget it. Never mind. And he goes home like in a huff. But it's like, bitch, what do you mean? She's going as a group. I guess she doesn't know that Sebastian wants her, but whatever. He's just ridiculous. So Shane gets home and Marnie asks him, like, oh, like, will you just like sit down and have like dinner with me? Like, she's always trying to cook for him and he like refuses to he's like, I'm just gonna cook a frozen pizza. But she's like trying to share meals with him. She's like, I made blueberry waffles. Like, will you like sit down and talk to me? And she's like, I have been really afraid to talk to you, but like I've noticed that you fell off the wagon.
Yeah.
Shane is like, oh yeah, Marnie, like you're gonna fucking like tell me when you're out here fucking Mayor Lewis who won't even claim your ass publicly. And it hurts Marnie a lot that he says that.
Probably.
And he feels like shit for saying that. Even though it is true, fuck Mayor Lewis. But whatever.
Yeah, but you don't need to be mean to your
You don't mean to, to the one person
taking care of your goddaughter.
I said
this is the most emotionally unintelligent man I've ever read in a book
heard
ever.
Of. I was like, Marnie proceeds to take a full clip of strays in this conversation.
Okay.
Like, she did not deserve none of what he decided to throw at her.
Yeah.
And it was bad, and he made her cry. And he's like, I feel bad for doing it. He's like, but sometimes the wickedness just like pours out of me. It's jellyfish time. The night of the jellyfish thing happens. Sophia goes with the group and they're chilling, they're having a good time, they're like vibing, whatever. And she's like looking around to see if Shane comes. She doesn't see him. So they're like at the end of the dock over the water, and it is like magnificent. It's beautiful. The whole beach just starts glowing. And for Sophia, it's the first time she's ever seen this. So she's hypnotized, memorized. Time is standing still. She doesn't even know how much time is passing. She's like, I'm just like lost in like the beauty of this. Yeah. Can't believe this is a real thing. Sebastian and all of them are like, all right, like we're going to go back to, I think, Sam's house and just like listen to music and hang out if you want to go. And she's like, I'm gonna kick it, like I'm gonna keep watching this, like it's only been an hour. So they're like, all right, we're gonna take off. And then Sebastian's like, well, I'll stay. So he sits down and they like start talking, and it's like, we know he's like trying to flirt with her. Oh, but before this happened, like it was cold, like colder than they were expecting. So Abby, who's like always getting it on with Sam, she's like, Sam, can I have your jacket? And he's like, yeah, of course, whatever. And she like leans over and she's like, I forget my jacket every year because I know that I'm gonna get his jacket. And so without being asked, Sebastian was like, well, here's my jacket to Sophie. And she's like, it is cold.
Yeah.
So she puts it on. But then they sit and they're just like chatting while this is going on. And it's not really flirty, but he does like whip out a cigarette and they smoke a cigarette together. Eventually, like she's like, it's like getting pretty late, like maybe we should like head home. And then it's like she gives it like a 3 count, and then she's just sprinting, and she sprints all the way across town to the ranch, and she like pounds on Shane's door. Like Marnie answers, and they're like, what's going on? And Marnie's like, I don't think you want to see Shane right now.
Oh.
Because, and she's like, I don't fucking care. Just bring him out here. So, like, he comes out. And she's like, I think he's in like plaid pajama pants, and she's like all into it. And she's like, I know you're drunk, or like, I don't fucking care, but like, grab a hoodie because it's cold out, and grab me one too, and like, we gotta go.
We're gonna go look at the jellyfish.
So she does, and like, she grabs him, and they're like running like halfway back to the beach. He like stops her, and he's like, did you have a good time like with your friends or whatever? And so it turns out that he did go with Marnie and Jazz. So he saw her sitting on the dock in Sebastian's hoodie, smoking a cigarette.
Yep.
And he's like, I know that he's like into you. He's like, are you guys fucking or what? And they have like a little fight about it, but then she like explains what happened, and she didn't even ask him for the hoodie. Like, he just gave it to her, and it was cold. And then he thinks like, oh, like he just gave you his hoodie, but you asked for mine. That means something. And she does say, like, she's like, when I got that hoodie, it was like not just because it was cold, but it was because like I could still smell Sebastian's hoodie on me and like his cigarettes on it. And she's like, I didn't want to be that. I wanted like the fresh, clean scent of Shane.
Yeah. And
then they go and they see the jellies, and it is this beautiful romantic moment. They're like, she's like, are we doing this? Like, what's going on? But it's like, they're not going to make out or anything. They just like sit on the dock for a while, and then eventually they like lay back like shoulder to shoulder, and she starts talking, and she's like, if we're going to be friends or like something more, like we need to be able to talk to each other. Shane starts like talking, and he's like, they're having like a beautiful evening, but he's like, the only reason I'm able to talk to you like this is because I've been drinking. Like, I can't talk and open up when I'm not drunk. And like, that's just the fact of it. And so her whole thing is she's always trying to be like, can we do this sober? Like, she says that throughout the book. And so then she's like, I can't be the reason that you don't drink or you do drink. Like, the fact that at the saloon that night you saw me and you seen me doing them made you drink. It's like, you can't put that on me.
Thank God she's finally fucking saying
she's like,
it.
I can't be the.
I mean, my God.
Yeah, like, you have to do this for yourself.
Hello.
But like, it's unfair for me to have to carry on being like, oh, if I do the wrong thing, he's gonna relapse.
Right. Exactly.
And he's like, that's fair. That is fair.
I mean, my God, he needs to grow.
He needs to go to therapy.
Up.
Like, he needs professional help.
Yes.
So then they walk back and they hold hands.
Cute.
And it's hearts fluttering.
All
Oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. Okay. She goes to her parents' apartment in the city. It sucks. Her mom's a ghost. They don't, like, she brings this like beautiful basket of all the shit she's been growing on the farm. Not acknowledged. Don't even acknowledge it.
Oh my God.
Which I would be fucking mad.
Oh, I'd be livid.
You find out that like her mom won't even let them keep pictures of their sister up in the house. Like, it's fucking.
Nobody's really doing well.
No, the
here.
grief is not good. So the next morning they go to breakfast. She goes and secretly orders a cheesecake to come to the table as a happy birthday, and her mom's like, I'm not eating that. Like, I can't eat that. I'm skinny. And Sophia like fucking freaks out.
Oh, that would piss me off.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. But then she's like, okay, here's the gift then that I got you. And the gift that she gets her does not go over well, because she went and had like Robin, who's the carpenter in town, make a handmade wooden family tree, and she put pictures of all of them in it, including her dead sister.
It's like a really
so
nice
her mom
gift.
Is like, get this away from me, get this away from me, like, oh my, like,
Lord.
psycho and so Sophia freaks out and is like, fuck this, fuck you, and leaves and goes back to the apartment. She takes the gift, the tree, and she puts it on display in the house. She's like, no, you will be looking at this. And then when her parents get home, it gets super weird and dark, and like everyone starts crying. She's screaming at them about, not appreciating the daughter they have, and like all of this shit. Her mom ends up like crinkled on the floor, like sobbing.
Jesus.
It is trauma. It's bad. And I don't even think they really like resolve it. They're like in a pile as a family, like on the floor sobbing and crying.
I'm just picturing I'm just picturing Midsummer when they all cried together.
Like that, but like not uplifting at all.
Right.
And so she says to them at this end, she's like, I'm happy on the farm. Like, I have found happiness. And then even like mentions like, and there's like someone I like. Like, I like someone. Like, all this shit. And just like, you guys can't appreciate what I've done leaving the city and going to this farm, but fuck y'all.
Yeah,
I don't need that.
You do still have a daughter.
You still have a daughter, and you have to care about it. And like, also you can't ignore that Amy ever existed.
Right.
Like, what the fuck? So then she like goes to her room. She's over it. And she puts on Shane's hoodie. She puts it on Nothing else underneath.
Yeah.
Naked.
I hope she takes a selfie and sends it to him.
Well, no. It's a weird. She talks a little too much about her sister as she's reflecting and putting on this naked hoodie and like getting revved up.
Yeah.
But she calls Shane and, you know, it's like, fuck, I'm fucking having a bad time here. And he makes her like feel better. And they have like it's like nice that it's nice that she needs him. Yeah. Because he's so worthless.
He so far, yes.
But then, so they hang up and then she's feeling it. She's feeling the nips on the hoodie and she fucking bends over, ass up in the air and
ass up in the air.
Yeah, fingers herself.
Nice.
Has a big old O thinking about Shane in his hoodie.
Oh man, I hope she gives it back to him.
Yeah. She comes back to town the next Saturday after this horrible weekend she just had. She shows up at like the ranch instead and she's like, we're not going to the farm. I'm borrowing Marnie's truck. Get in. And they drive to the city and they go to her like favorite like shitty little Mexican place to get burritos. And then she takes him as a surprise to a Tunnelers game, which is this not football.
That's funny.
Yeah. And he loves it. He loves it. And like
he's getting his ass out of town.
He's like admitting to himself like, oh, I love this girl. At the game, he's explaining the rules and like they're having so much fun. And there's like a moment where he has this like look at her and it's like, oh my God. And then
sparks are flying.
The game's over and he's like, can I take you out to dinner now? And they go to this like bar that's right by the stadium that I guess him and Garrett used to go to like all the time. And it's like awkward. They have very awkward interaction. Like she does the thing where like they're sitting on
the same side as each other.
No, they're not at first. And then she does that and it gets real weird. And like it gets real awkward. And it's just like not that. The dinner doesn't live up to how good the rest of the days being. Damn. They like go back to being awkward.
Damn.
They leave to go back to Pelican Town. And Shane's like trying to be like, this didn't feel like home to me anymore, like being in the city, when before he's been like longing to get back. They're driving and she drives past the exit and instead she drives up and takes him to basically like a makeout point that Sebastian had told her about during their little dock thing when he was trying to lay it on all thick. And they talk about the awkward dinner and she's like, I'm sorry, I was like being so fucking weird. Like, I don't know why I did all that stuff, like playing weird footsie with him under the table and stuff.
She just has to let it be known that she's into it.
Oh, it's known. But I guess he is dense. But she goes, I've been wearing your hoodie every night since you gave it to me. It starts to kind of get like hot and heavy. She like jumps on him and she's like, I'm on the pill and I'm clean.
Get into it, girl.
Yeah. And then she like kisses like his neck all weird. Like it just didn't sound hot.
Okay.
And he's like rigid. He like rejects her and it's super fucking awkward. But like we find out that like the real reason he rejected her was because...
Well, I'm assuming it has something to do with him and not her.
Well, no, it's because he had also recently gone to, like, the doctor, like Dr. Harvey, and he was like, I want to get, like, an STD test run because I've never done that, and I've only had, like, drunken crazy sex, and the results aren't back yet. So he's like, you might be, like, cleaning on the pill, but, like, I don't know if I got shit going on right now. But instead of saying that like a normal person
right.
and getting head like the rest of us would,
right? Hello,
Jesus. He did that, and then she feels super bad about herself, and that like, you know, coming on too strong, making him uncomfortable, and they have this horrible ride back to the farm, and he goes, we can just go to the farm, and then I'll drive Marnie's truck back to the ranch so that you don't have to like walk back. And so when they do that and they get out and they like swap sides, she's like walking up to the door and he like rolls the window down and he's like, hey, just like make sure you wear my hoodie again tonight. I'm like hot and cold, but like hot or cold and cold and a little bit less cold.
This guy really,
he just hates himself so much.
Repeated.
Yeah.
Like,
that was really hard reading this.
I would imagine, Paul, this is something I would have had a really tough time with, because I would have been like, you as an author, you need to put a couple, it can't go on,
which is like
over and over. You got to put something in there.
Yeah, I didn't give my like ranking on this,
but it's fanfic because it's not
good.
Right.
Like I don't think this is a good smut or romance book. It's fun because it's like Shane and that's my husband.
For sure.
But like,
I have notes for her.
I have a ton of notes for her.
Yeah.
Shane's being dumb about the tested thing, doesn't tell her. It takes a few days, but he does call her, and she's like sad when she picks up, and she's like, I'll be okay, but like just give me another day to like recover from that fucking rejection. Marnie like one night is like, hey, like Lewis wants to get like dinner early, like can you watch jazz? And he always gets mad when people ask if he can watch jazz, not because he has to watch jazz, but because he's like, you shouldn't have to ask. Like,
Yeah,
that's my
shouldn't.
kid. If you're
Right.
gonna go do something, I'm gonna watch her. Like it's not, I'm not doing
Yeah,
you
well,
a favor.
we do have to ask
but
you,
we do
though,
have to
so.
ask you. That is a problem. So Shane and Jazz have this like great night together. They're having so much fun. They're playing pretend and all this stuff. It's very cute. And he's like, you know, oh, why don't you go like in the living room and we'll play like Prince and Princess and all. Like, he's like making something in the kitchen. Gets a phone call. It's his fucking dad. And he didn't tell his dad where he went when he left because fuck that guy. But his dad was calling Marnie, his sister. So he's like, oh, Shane, like, what are you doing there? And he's a fucking prick to Shane. And you're like, oh, okay. Like, if Shane's
Yep.
this is the much worse version of that.
For sure.
And he's like, you know what, Shane, you fucking owe me money. You should have been like, I'm about to like get kicked out and evicted.
I'm like, I don't feel sorry for you.
Yeah.
Dude.
But like Shane's blood is boiling. It gets him so mad.
So he's going to go get a bear.
No, but so he
whiskey.
doesn't, thank God. But he just gets so fucking mad and then is like, oh, fuck you, and like hangs up the phone, like slams the door, like cracks the receiver. Like he's mad about it. Oh yeah, this actually does push him. He's like, he thinks he's going to drink. He like knows that Marnie has like a bottle of like holiday spiced rum like in a cabinet that's been there forever. Gets it. He's like, I fucking know that it's there. He's like goes to his room because Sophia was like, if you're gonna drink, call me. Just before you take a sip, call me. Even if he's like, still do it. Has the bottle, calls like Sophie, and then or no, before he calls her, he's like, oh, and he throws it and slams and it shatters like everywhere. But then like Marnie like comes in and like had come home and is like, what's going on in here?
Drama.
And then he's like, I have to go. And he calls like Sophia, and she has like, she's like, is this like a code red or a code blue? I can't remember which is worse, but he says it's like the less bad one. So she's like, okay, meet me at the saloon. Cause she's like, oh, we'll do exposure therapy. We'll just get a soda together.
Yeah.
And so he like goes to meet her at the saloon, and while he's waiting outside, that jock Alex, he lives like right across the street from it, and he's like in his yard like throwing a football, and he's a fucking like asshole, and he's like, oh, you like hitting that? You fucking hitting that with Sophia, like whatever. And so he's just like already raging. This is sending him into like more of a rage. So then by the time that Sophia shows up, he's fucking like redlining it. And he's like, I was wrong. This is like a code red. This is not a mellow one like I said before.
Yeah.
And she's like, okay, let's go, and like grabs him. They like go back to her farm and they grab 2 bikes and they ride fucking forever.
Cute.
And they end up at the old quarry that's like been abandoned.
Oh, I love an
and
abandoned
she
quarry.
Pulls out like 2 small pickaxes and she's like, let's go to town. And they fucking
they're mining.
rage room and they just smash. And so he's like picturing people's faces and he's smashing them and he's smashing them and he's smashing them. Whatever, they do this. It's like pretty cold. It's spring. It's cold still. So they start to get like worn out, blisters on their fingers. They leave, or he's like, follow me. So they go to the bathhouse again, and he fucking picks the lock, bobby pin style. Don't know where I got the bobby pin from.
Yep.
But picks the lock. They
Just
go
had it.
in. It's just the 2 of them. And they get in the water. Moonlight's streaming through the windows. It's steamy. They're getting warmed up. They're close. They fucking make out. They start making out. He's into it so good. And then he starts fucking spiraling while they're making out. She doesn't want to do this. I'm fucking gross.
Meanwhile, her tongue is in your mouth.
Yeah, they're like hot and heavy.
Right. She must hate you.
She must hate you. She must hate you.
She's
So
helping
he's
you
like,
right now. She must hate you.
yeah, so he has this like stupid weak moment and she's like, okay, and takes him out and like, you know, there's like the main pool and there's like a smaller like hot tub.
Yes.
And she takes him in there and she fucking like straddles him and they make out and like he's getting hard. It's fucking, it's hot time. And so then they're like, okay, let's get out of here and like go fuck.
Yeah.
Basically, I don't think they say it, but they're like, that's what we're gonna do. So they leave the bathhouse, but now they're soaking wet. They have to like ride all the way through town and it's freezing.
Yep.
So by the time they get back, they're like teeth chattering, frozen to death. They both take showers. It's like a whole thing, but like because this time's like passed, they've kind of like lost momentum a little, but then they do fuck. And it's not like wild and crazy or anything, but it's fucking. And then it does say that they fall asleep with him still inside her.
Oh, love that.
Very intimate. They make love. This is not a fuck. This is very much a make love. They have like a weird morning after.
Oh, surprise. They're awkward.
It's a little weird. He has to go to work, and she's like, let me make you breakfast. Heats him up a Hot Pocket and like wraps it in a paper towel and sends him on his way. Like she's not a cook.
She can't cook.
She can barely microwave. Like goes home and he's getting ready for work and he's just thinking about her. He's on his way to work now. They run into each other again, but on accident. Like she was just running to the store and didn't think she was going to see him. So she still looks like a mess. And then she's like, you know what? Like, let me walk you the rest of the way to work. And she does. And then like when they're like, okay, bye. She fucking grabs him and like puts him behind the like
Get it, girl.
the semi truck that's dropping off the delivery. And they fucking like have a hot makeout session. And she's like, okay, bye.
Nice.
And then he goes to work. I said, get it, dude. And she goes, that was more than sex. And then leaves.
Whoa.
Yeah, she knows what's up. And then we like find out Sophia obviously has like relationship issues, and she talks about it like she's a fix people type of person.
Clearly.
She calls him after his shift, and she's like, I need reassurance that I didn't scare you off, basically. And she gives us this line, which is not hot. She's like, I'm addicted to his unpredictability. I said, ooh, you need to talk to someone about that, dude. She calls him. She invites him over to stay the night because it's Friday. And she's like, why don't you come over Friday night, stay the night, and then we work on the farm all day Saturday. You know, it just makes sense. It starts all weird as it always does. And she's like, all right, Shane, like, tell me some of your fantasies. And he says, my fantasy is that you're my girlfriend and we're in a real relationship.
Wow.
I wrote in all caps, embarrassing. I mean, that's embarrassing.
The whole time he is. I mean, this guy has no initiative.
My
None.
husband is different than this, Shane.
Like, he can't.
No.
Like, she has to initiate everything.
But
she asks, like, God.
Yeah, I know. A lot of heavy lifting on Sophia's part.
Like everything.
But after his little burst about that being his fantasy, they do start going steady. They are now officially an item. They have decided. Cute.
I'm sure he's going to break it off every other weekend.
Oh,
but
you know.
whatever.
So then they like go to the park because now they're like in this like blissful thing. It's like the next day or something. They like go to the park, and the park's like next to the old community center. When they first get there, there's like no one else is around. They're touching, he's like on the swings, whatever, but then he starts having the same old bullshit thoughts of like, people are gonna like judge her for being with me. It's like so embarrassing to be out in public.
Yeah, you know what? It is. I am at this point embarrassed of you.
But she kind of like picks up on that, so she like straddles him and like kisses him
in public.
And then they look around and there's like,
it's a claiming.
There are people around. Like there's people at the little fountain. There's like people over here, and he's just like, okay, like he is coming around to it, but she is like having to prove over and over again. But this was like their first moment like really publicly out as a couple, and like kissing, and everybody's seeing that shit. And then they go to like the pub later for a soda, and they kiss in the pub too, really in front of anybody there. And, like that's like now that shit is out.
Yeah, everybody knows.
Yeah. And then they start like doing a thing where like they go to the saloon together and they just get root beers. And then this one time they go and they're like, ooh, let's play strip poker. So they're playing strip poker, but like at the bar with everyone there. So it's like, oh, like she loses a hand and she's like, okay, I'll undo my braid. And like he like hands her his belt under the table.
Cute.
And then like eventually they get to the point where like anything else would be indecent
That's
exposure,
fun.
and they run home and they fuck all crazy.
Ooh, I love that.
I know. I was like, this is good. Like this is starting to get somewhere. I like really. There's a cute life in this little town. You find this man, you fix him, and then you fuck him. And I would do that.
There you go.
That is what I did with Shane.
A lot of work.
It's a lot of work. It was less work than this.
Jesus Christ.
Oh, she does pull the classic move at the strip poker night where she's like, oh, give me 1 second. Goes to the bathroom, comes back,
takes her underwear off,
hands him her panties.
Yeah.
And that's when it's like, we got to go home.
Yeah.
It's on and popping now.
Right.
And so people are obviously at this point, they're the talk of the town. Shane is so pissed about it. He hates it. He goes home one day and he catches Marnie, and she's like, I'm going to sell all the horses. He's like, not Annabelle.
Not Annabelle.
And she's like, why not? What do you mean?
Just give him the
Well,
one
I know. I think
horse,
Marnie's just giving him grief, basically. But she's just like, oh, I get it. It's not Annabelle that you want to keep. It's like that.
Yeah.
I get it. That night, Sophia sneaks over to his house when everyone's like asleep, and she like goes to his bedroom window, and she's like, tap, 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 tap. And then he comes to it, and she like and like writes like in it like, is anyone up, or like, you
Cute.
know, let me in.
Cute.
And she's like in his hoodie.
I
obviously.
love a sneak into the room moment.
Yes, because it's like everyone's asleep in the house.
Yes.
So then he goes to the front door and like sneaks her into the room, and then she fucking sucks that dude.
Nice.
Because she's like I came here to suck this dick.
Ooh, get
Like
a girl.
that's like I had a hankering and I'm
Ooh.
coming for it. And then they're like laying in his bed, and she's like, how often did you used to jerk off thinking about me back then before we were together? And he's like, I didn't.
Oh my god, he's such a fucking loser.
Yeah.
It's like painful.
Yeah. Oh, I know. So then it's fall.
Yeah.
And she's having a great fall. She's fucking growing pumpkins.
Your ideal
growing
fall.
She's doing it. She's like selling like her latest batch of fucking pumpkins to Pierre's. And he's like, oh, hey, a mysterious mister left you these flowers.
Great. It's
and
Rick.
I go, oh, it's fucking Rick. I said,
Right.
here we go. Here's the downfall. It was Shane.
Cute.
I know. I said that is cute.
Wow.
I know. I couldn't believe it.
I can't believe it.
I was like, oh, it's going to be Rick, and he found her, and he's coming, and it's time to get the gun.
Well, it's like, when the fuck is
When
that
the
gonna
heck is that
happen?
going to happen? Then she sees Haley, the mean
bitch.
girl later, who I said who was a total bitch earlier, and she stops her, and she's like, hey, I'm sorry. Like, I see that you and Shane are together now. That wasn't cool that we like talked all that shit. You obviously like have something, or like you guys figured it out. It was not our place to do that. And she's like, I am a photographer, and I just wanted to say I like hope you don't mind, but I snapped this picture the other day and I wanted to give it to you. And it's them on the swing set having that kiss, and it's like the sun, and it's just their silhouettes. She's like, I love it. She's like obsessed with this picture.
Yeah.
She can't get enough of it. She's like, I can't believe you caught like our most like.
I'd be like,
this
first of all,
moment.
Haley.
First of all, Haley.
Yeah, you're right. You're sorry.
We're gonna fight.
Yeah, grow the fuck up.
Grow the fuck up.
Okay, second of all,
Thank you.
This is a cute
This
photo.
is so
I will take
beautiful.
it. But
This
learn
is-
your lesson.
But never again.
Yeah.
So they have that. Now she has this photo. The photo comes in later. That's why I bring it up.
Yeah, I know. I'm sure he's going to fucking find it and hate it.
So then Jazz comes to the farm for the first time. Big step. Bringing the kid over. So they're like over. They're like hanging out. They're having like a great day. And then Sophia's like talking to Jazz, and she's like, I was thinking maybe we could have a slumber party tonight. And like, you know, you guys could go home and like do your night routine and then come back over here in pajamas and we'll do it
Watch
up
a
if that's
movie,
cool
hang
with
out.
Shane. And he's like, yeah, of course.
Wow,
and they
I can't
do.
believe he said yes.
Well, because I think he's like now allowing himself to be like, this could be good, and this he's sober. He's been there.
Is he
for
done
Jazz.
self-sabotaging?
Never. So whatever, they have like the movie night. They like do like a whole.
They watch The Princess Diaries in my mind.
Okay, that tracks. They do the whole pillow fort, everything, whatever. It's very cute. They're in the living room.
Yeah.
And Jazz is like, are you gonna marry Shane? And will you be my mom?
Oh.
And it's like awkward, but Sophia does answer it well, where she's like, even, you know, I don't know if that would happen, but either way, like, I know it's not the same thing, but I'm your friend either way.
Good job.
And I was like, very good, very good. I will say that after Jazz fell asleep, they did go fuck in the room, and I did not love that.
Yeah, don't love it. I
Don't
mean,
love it.
If she's 8 years old, downstairs, passed out. I mean, parents have sex.
It's
with
not
their
downstairs,
kids.
though.
What?
This house doesn't have it upstairs.
Well, I mean, parents do have to have sex when their
I guess
kids
so.
are in
I
the
guess
house.
so.
You know what I'm saying?
I don't know. I'm just like, sex with kids in a house? I could never. So whatever, fall
Just make
keeps
sure you
going.
lock in that door.
Oh, lock that door, soundproof the room.
Yeah.
But whatever, fall keeps going. They're just vibing. Halloween comes around, like they do that whole thing. They're just like really in love. They start making plans for. It's not called Christmas, it's called like Winter's Day or something. But they're like, you know, all of those things are being talked about. They have this like real cute night where like they come over for dinner and she like fucks up the spaghetti and they have like a spaghetti fight. And I the whole time was like, I would lose my mind. I could never. There's nothing sexy about spaghetti fight to me. I'm like, this is a mess. We're not doing this.
Yeah.
I'm shutting it down right now.
For real, because guess who's gonna have to clean that?
Yeah.
Me.
And nothing about it made sense. One day they're like working on the farm. It's like Sophia comes up behind Shane and like startles him, and he jumps
punches
up.
her in the face, knocks her out.
He jumps up and he like headbutts her in the eye on accident and gives her a black eye, and he fucking freaks out about it. He's like, I'm so sorry, like I would never hurt you. And he's like, everyone is gonna think that I hit you now, and they're gonna say that it was a huge accident.
It's all right, you don't
But he
need
goes
to
a whole
spiral.
spiral where he's like, they're gonna be like, he's drunk again, he's beating his
Oh my
girlfriend, she's too good for him, he never deserved her, all this shit. And she's like, she's like laughing about it,
right.
You're like, it's chill, like don't. It's just, it's a thing. All right,
I'm
definitely
imagining
a thing. And then we find out right around here that she's like giving him head or something, and he's like, when am I gonna get to give you head? You know, like I'm not complaining.
She hasn't been letting him?
She hasn't been letting him. And we find out, this is funny because I left my notes up and Taylor was using my computer to watch The Terminator, and he like takes her to the bed and I just hear him start laughing, and I was like, what? And he was like, he reads this line that I wrote. Sophia has pussy ate trauma from Rick, her ex, who said she was gross and would gargle mouthwash. Because that's why she's like, I don't like to get my pussy ate.
Yeah, I mean, that's
because
traumatic.
He used to tell me I stink, and that if I had better hygiene, he would want to do it. And then when he did do it, he'd be like, I can't, and go gargle mouthwash. I think Rick's a fucking...
I think Rick is gay, and I think Rick needs to grow a fucking set and go down on your woman without complaining.
I was so mad when they like said that. I was like, Rick is...
Well, then I hope Shane eats her out like there's no tomorrow.
But so he's like, no pressure, just wondering, you know, like,
right? Like, what's the deal?
And she's like, we'll talk about it later, basically, and doesn't really like reveal it. She just talks in her head like, the reason I have it is because of this flashback. They have this Hallmark movie Winter's Day thing where she's like, you and Jazz come over, and it's not Winter's Day, but like, let's decorate, like all chopped on a tree. We'll fucking do the lights. We'll do a whole thing. It's fucking picture perfect, magical. That day she gets a text from Rick.
Finally.
And she's like, you know what? Fuck this guy. I can't believe he's even still talking to me. And then she's like, come on, Shane, eat my pussy.
Nice.
And she like gets out of spite for Rick.
And does he do a good job?
Yeah. He's like, I want to. Like, okay. I really want to.
Right, like, please let me.
Yeah, please,
I'm
please,
not scared
please
of
let
it.
me. And she does.
But, well, so tell me a little bit about the smut. Like, does he say, like...
It's just like, I wouldn't say that he's doing like a lot of talking. There's like a lot of verbal stuff. It's more like describing what's going on.
Okay.
She does say that like Shane is very like not take charge, very timid during the day. But like when they start getting going, he is like, it's like he's playing out all these like repressed fantasies that he's had. So like he fucks her good.
Okay.
He like beds her down, and as it like starts to get like rougher and a little more like aggressive, and she's like very into that. But she's like, I love how like assertive and aggressive he is, and he definitely.
Well, yeah, because he's nowhere else.
He's very like body conscious of himself, because he's like, oh, I'm like heavy, and she's like, whatever, dude. But
she's like, I'm into your dad.
Yeah, and like she gets him like pretty much over that, where like they do hang out naked and stuff, and she's like giving massages.
Cute.
And it's just that like the smut would be pretty quick, like a page and a half maybe.
Okay.
I just didn't get like in depth, but it was like, you know, oh, and then he fucking ate her out. It just didn't go on and on and on about it.
Yeah.
But it was definitely like you saw the sex. It was not closed door.
Good for him. Good for her.
Good. Yeah. Finally, they're. I mean,
at least he's laying the pipe down. He'd have to, because otherwise I'd. Be like,
and in this point where we're at, like he has these like moments of like self doubt, but for the most part, like he's elated.
Them.
He's like so happy.
He's in a good place.
He can't believe he has this like amazing girlfriend. They have this insane connection that's like. Love. It is love.
Okay, great.
And he's like so happy. So then she's like, hey, bomb drop. My parents called and they want to come visit.
I would be like, no.
But she says yes. So they come to town and she's like, I want you to come to dinner and everything. They do. He's like super fucking nervous, and thank God he doesn't like drink before or anything. He's still good. He starts freaking out because she still has the black eye. Like this hasn't, not enough time has passed. It's like getting like gross and yellow and like green. It's like healing. And she's like, they're going to be so fucking pissed. They're going to be like, what the fuck, you know? And she's like, don't worry about it. And she invites
that
like.
That is a non-issue.
Yeah, I know. Because you just explained it away.
Right.
But.
You didn't hit me.
You didn't hit me. But he's just like, everyone's going to think you're saying that. Whatever. So.
Sure, but.
I think it was. I can't remember who comes over. It's like Haley and Emily or someone. I can't remember. They come over. Oh, I think it was Abby and Haley, actually, because Haley is the photographer, and she's like, I'm actually pretty good at makeup because of that. And they like do it, and it looks good. Like her eyes like pretty much covered up. Like we're good in theory. Then they get there and they like start to have dinner, and like very quickly her mom is a cunt.
Yeah.
Her mom's like, oh, you like work at Jojo Mart, because she's like, oh, like corporate like Sophia used to do, and he's like, no, like stocking the shelves. And she's like, oh. And she's like, and how old are you? And like, oh, you have a daughter? Oh, so you're a single, like just
a cunt
roasting him. And Sophia is furious.
Yeah.
Freaking out. Furious.
I would be like, you can get out of my
That's kind of
house.
what she was like. She's like, don't fucking come here. This my boyfriend that makes me happy, and now you're diminishing him. You don't know him.
Get out.
They start fighting at dinner, and then she gets like, they get up and go into the bedroom, and he can like just hear Sophia's side because she's like screaming and she's like, how fucking dare you, and he's not this and not that, and I don't give a fuck. And the dad is just like, ugh. Because the dad's like not totally terrible, but he has this awful wife.
Yeah.
And this is, you know, the grandpa is his dad. So he grew up in this house.
Yeah.
Which doesn't make sense because there's only one bedroom, but I'm not going to get into that. So he goes downstairs into the cellar and he comes back up with a bottle of wine. No one has told the parents that Shane's a recovering alcoholic. Things are going bad at dinner, and her dad pours 2 glasses of wine and offers him one, and he like takes it, and you're like, is he gonna
sweat? Yeah. Oh my god.
He does.
Oh my god.
He drinks 2 glasses of wine with the dad, and the dad is like trying to have like a man-to-man moment with him.
Yeah.
And he's not being a dick. His dad's being nice. He just doesn't realize that he just relapsed Shane after like months of sobriety. Eventually they come out of the room, and the mom
I'm shocked that like at this point Shane really is not able to like say
no, I'm an alcoholic, or like yeah, I'm not drinking,
like,
or
no,
yeah, I know.
You know?
I think it's just like, well, I think they played up as the stress of this fight is what's like got him going.
For
but I
sure.
mean, honestly, fuck that shit. Mom and Sophia come out, and the mom's out the door. She's not stopping, and so the dad's just kind of like, okay, but like, you know, bye, whatever. Shane like quickly like pours out the wine and is like, well, you know, just what the fuck. Sophia like goes out on the porch and like is smoking a cigarette, talking to Shane, and they like both say I love you like to each other, finally, like out loud for the first time. But Shane is big butthurt about that dinner. Like he does not, it does not roll off his back what the mom said or any of the shit. He's like, I am, because she's 24 and he's 29, and he's like, I'm gonna dump a child on a 24-year-old who is like running this farm. I'm a fucking waste. I haven't told her that I drank with her dad, which I would have just been like,
I could see how his self-loathing would kick.
He had just been getting over it, and then she just came and was like, these are all the ways that you're inadequate, basically, is like what happened. And he starts being like, I have been coming over here every night on my way home from work and spending like a couple hours with Sophia before going home to Jazz and like putting her to bed. He's like, I should be spending time with my daughter. I'm a shit father. I'm distracted by a girlfriend. So he's pushing Sophia away and starts ignoring her.
Right.
Because he's so guilty and everything that happened.
Healthy.
I was so mad when this started happening. I was like, all right, let's just get through this then.
Well, yeah.
Let's just get through this then.
Okay.
So whatever, he's feeling super bad about not taking care of Jazz, and then he's pushing Sophia away. He's like ignoring her calls when she calls sometimes, like, oh, I'm too busy. He gets real hot and cold with her, where he's like stopping by after work and be like, I love you, and then not talking to her for 2 days, and just like hot, cold, weird. And then he's like doing stuff where like he shows up and like he like fucks her in the kitchen, like against the counter. He's like, I love you. And then just like leaves and like
to get back to Jazz.
I don't know. Yeah. Just like weird, crazy, unhinged, like losing your shit type of stuff. And then Jazz,
this girl, she's just, I mean,
she's on the roller coaster, just like, I don't know. She
lot.
Is putting up with a lot. And then like one day Jazz comes home. She's in just like a fucking bad mood from school. And Marnie's like, hey, like I need to go grocery shopping. Can you watch her? Because normally I take her with me, but she's in a way right now. And come to find out, she was at school and they had a family tree assignment. And he like finds her family tree in her backpack, and it's like Uncle Shane or Dad, like it's all crossed out. And he's like, oh my God, this is like why, because she was being a brat and like eventually locked herself in the room and like fell asleep. And he has a weird thing where he won't let her call him Dad. It's like Uncle Shane, even though like he has been raising her since she was 3. But so she's like super upset about it. And eventually, like, he finds her, like, passed out in their room and is just, like, feeling really bad. And then, like, the next day she gets, like, really sick. She has, like, a big fever. So he's just, like, not seeing Sophia for days and days because now he's taking care of Jazz. He's, like, feeling very close to relapsing because all I can think about are those, like, 2 glasses of wine that he had. He's starting to realize, now that he had some sobriety under his belt and he had this relapse, that his depression is separate from his alcoholism. That he's depressed with or without alcohol. That's
a big epiphany.
It's not the drinking isn't what was making him depressed.
It certainly wasn't helping.
It wasn't helping, but he was drinking because he is depressed.
Yeah.
So he kind of has that like epiphany. So then he shows up to Sophia's house unannounced, and he just like rough fucks the shit out of her.
Really?
And she's
I would just not
into it. She loves it. And I was just like,
the neglect
part, the hot and cold of it. I would be like, you need to talk to me, like, you know.
Right.
But no, he like shows up and it like fucks the shit out of her.
You can come fuck me, right? Yeah. But like, I just, again, like, I would be fucked up because of
and
you're neglecting
they
me.
have this like wild rough fuck, and then like she's like, oh, I love you, and like holding him, you know, or whatever, and he's like, I feel empty. So it's like he's starting to just be like, oh, so this depression thing, like it went away for a second because I met her and got in this relationship and I was getting sober and everyone was feeling good, but it's been here this whole time. Like he starts talking about it like it was there the night of the bathhouse watching, like it's always been there, and I'm just like I have to deal with it, apparently,
good.
Which is like good. It's just that it's not good yet. He like goes to slip out the next morning after this rough fuck, and she like wakes up and he's like really cold, and he's just like, okay, bye, like whatever. Ugh, and like, no, I love you, like whatever. And she's sad about it. Her dad calls and they have like this conversation where she's kind of like, fuck you guys, you totally fucked up Shane with your bullshit. Yeah. And also like, Dad, you need to get Mom into grief counseling. You need to be able to put the pictures of my sister, your daughter, up in the house. Like, you need to get something going, because that's not going to happen again. Like, I'm not going to be part of that. And the dad's like, I'll try, but all I can do is like try. I don't know if your mom will do it. So then she like has an idea. She's like, this is my play to get back at Shane, is I'm just going to show up at the ranch when he's not there. And she's like, oh, I just came to see Jazz. And she brings Jazz like a book and a blanket. It's all about these like tree spirits that are in Stardew Valley and whatever. It's part of the game. Mm-hmm. And Jazz loves it, but then Shane shows up and he's like, what the fuck are you doing here? He's like super pissed that she was there without asking, whatever.
All right,
and
sure.
He like takes her outside, and then he's like, you need to stop trying to be Jazz's mom.
This guy is so fucking
and she's
stupid,
like,
it's painful.
Yeah, so she leaves all sad.
How dumb he is.
And when she gets home, she has a text from Rick. And it's a picture
At this point, if I was her, I'd go back to Rick.
No, I'm staying alone.
I mean,
alone.
I'm being dramatic,
but
yeah. But it's just like he's that.
Yeah, well, I'm just like,
Shane is
look
that
what you do. Like,
me.
look what the men you are going after, girl.
Right.
Get into therapy. But so she gets a picture from Rick, and it's like the two of them at a restaurant, happy together, and she like remembers it was the first day they said I love you, and it was like Rick being like, I love you, and like you should feel honored, and she just like said it back. Whatever.
Oh my god.
She doesn't respond. So then a little while later, he sends a picture or a video of her giving him head.
Oh.
And she goes, there it is. She goes, that's the fucking Rick I know. Yeah. There he is. The one that after all the love runs out, it's just spiteful, nasty 100%. Bullshit.
Blocked.
Yeah.
I'd have been like, blocked.
Yeah, blocked. And then she starts having thoughts, and she's like, I just want to like know what Shane feels. I want to like know why he does what he does. So she goes down into the fucking cellar and gets a bottle of wine, and she gets wasted by herself in her house. I know. I said, okay, cool. Okay. This is fixing things. I was so mad. I did laugh because she at one point was like drunk on the floor crying into her dog. I said, okay, been there, but right. That's why we don't do that anymore. So she's there, and she like sees the rest of the wine she hasn't finished, and she's like, I know if I drink this I'm gonna get sick, but I'm fucking doing it because I want to know why he does it when he knows it's gonna make him sick.
I just don't get that math.
No, okay. Me neither. This is dumb. So she does it, and then knock at the door, and she goes, oh fuck, Shane came over, like it's Shane. So she,
or Rick.
So she runs to the bathroom. She's like brushing her teeth. She like doesn't want to smell like booze. She's so fucking freaked out, nervous now, because she's like, shit, Shane's gonna get here and I am drunk, and this could not be a worse situation if we're trying to like work
He's
through
an
this.
Asshole, lady.
Opens the door. Shane's wasted.
Oh my god.
Wasted.
This is a disaster.
This is a disaster. And he comes in.
This fanfic is a disaster.
I love you. I love you so much. I can't be without you. I love you so much.
This is great. This is the craziest thing I've ever heard.
They start going at it. They're fucking. It is. I wrote this. I was like, it went bad. It's really gross.
Sure
it's like they start to try to have sex. I said this is not my husband.
No.
This is not my husband. They have gross, not good sex. He can't finish.
Yeah.
And then she's like, it's fine, I got you. And like goes to blow him, and then starts to like doesn't puke on his dick, but then that makes her puke because she was already sick. So then she's puking in a trash can next to the bed. He passes out, blacked out, drunk.
I don't know why this fan. I mean, isn't fan fiction?
I didn't know.
Isn't it supposed to be
I didn't
fun?
know. Well, I didn't know. That's why I was like, I'm
just like, why?
I was
why would
already
she write...
so many chapters in that I was like, I already committed to this. I have to finish it. We're doing this 100%.
But it's like, don't you write fan fiction for fun?
Catch this. The next morning, he wakes up. He pissed the bed.
Oh, good.
It is a mess.
Yeah, I'm like,
it is so bad.
Let's call it. You and you know what this book would be in my eyes?
What?
This would be a second chance romance. That would have been condensed down into 175 pages.
It's drawn out too long.
Well, that would have been condensed to 175 pages, and then the remaining 150 pages would have been 15 years later.
Yes.
We're happy. We're healthy.
It's good.
And now we're going to, it would have been a second chance romance. Yeah. This is so long and drawn out for toxicity.
Yeah.
And not in a fun way.
No
in a
one's
very
dealing
annoying
with it
fucking
in a
way.
really annoying way. Where it's just like, how have you not realized you need to just get help?
Right.
So whatever, he wakes up, he's pissed the bed,
okay.
He's panicking, he's so embarrassed, he's
Good,
trying to he's trying to take care of it before she wakes up, but
she pukes.
She pukes.
I'm not taking sides here.
So they wake up, they have a bad convo. He's like super embarrassed. He's like, I have to go to work. So he like rushes home, takes a shower. He's just like miserable.
No one is going to, I'm sorry, because now I'm getting upset.
Yeah.
No one is going to act their age and say, let's put a fucking stop to this and get some help. Well, no one
at this point,
someone needs to grow up.
This night I was like, this is rock bottom. This is crazy. You're both drunk. It's so fucking nuts. He goes to work, whatever, he's miserable, sick as a fucking dog all day. He gets home from work and it's like, oh, he goes into the bathroom to take a shower, and in his jacket he's got a fucking 40. So he cracks a 40, drinks it in the shower.
Oh my god.
Sophia calls him and he's like, give up on me.
Yes.
And she's like, what the fuck? And basically he tries to break up with her on the phone. I hope Rick finds them and
kills them both. I hope Rick finds them and
kills
them both.
End of story. But he tries to break up with her. She's like, no, don't do this. And she's like, you know what? I'll just call you tomorrow and we'll talk about this. Like, don't fucking do this. I'll call you tomorrow. Oh, he says some nasty shit to her about like her sister. Like, I know you're just looking for another fucking project to fix, like because you couldn't fix your sister. Like and so she's like, I'll just call you tomorrow.
How are we coming back from any of this?
I know. So then he's like, oh no, I fucked up bad when I said that sister thing. Like it was bad. It's like later. This is nighttime now, and it's like the dead of winter.
I hope he sleeps outside and
he
freezes
has a
to
fifth
death.
of vodka or whiskey, and he sneaks out without Marnie ever seeing or anyone knowing that he left. He like just starts chugging the whiskey as he walks to the dock, and he can hear like Garrett's voice in his head being like, you're drinking too fast, like slow down, you're going too much, this is crazy. Get back to Sophia, and it's like the same night after her call with him. She's fucking chain smoking cigarettes after the whole thing that he's gonna break up. She's looking at his like footprints in the snow leaving, and she's just like, what the fuck, I can't believe that he said that. And then she just can't start. She's like, I'm gonna call him again because I didn't like how he left that. And she calls, and Marnie picks up, and she's like, can I talk to Shane? And she's like, I don't know what happened, but Shane's not here. I didn't see him leave. Mm-hmm. And she's like, I know this ain't good. Like, this is bad. So she fucking runs inside, bundles up. She runs and she follows his footprints back to the ranch. And then when she gets there, she expects to see the footprints going to town to the saloon. But instead she sees that they're like off towards the dock.
Right.
And so she like chases into the night after that. But what we know is that Shane has walked to the dock and has been just chugging. And at this point is like at the dock, can't stand up. And then he like finishes all of the whiskey. In his like drunkenness, he's like, I'm so fucked up. I fucked up so bad. I need to go. I need to see Sophia. I don't know what I'm doing. I need to like go see her. So he like goes to stand up and like leave. And he's like blacking out as it's happening, where he's like, time jump 3 minutes. Now I'm by the tree. Like, why? And then face first down into the snow.
Okay.
Right. Boom. Back to Sophia running.
Mm-hmm.
And then she gets to the dock and she just sees his
lifeless body,
but it's like far away. And she has a panic attack because it's just like when she found her sister. Not just like, but she's having like that flashback. So she like freezes for like 10 minutes and she like can't move forward.
God.
And eventually
don't tell me you're going into shock.
That's what I said. I said, don't tell me you're going into shock, bitch. So she runs and she finds him. He's barely has a pulse. He's like shallow breaths, like whatever. So she like can't carry him back. He's too heavy. So she drags him under a tree and like props him up so that he doesn't like puke and die, puts her jacket on him and like sprints back to the ranch and is like, Marnie, just like give me the keys, like don't ask any questions, like, or call Dr. Harvey. I have like she's like, oh my god, it's Shane. And she's like, yes. So she fucking drives back. He's still there, throws his ass into the fucking truck, Hercules style, drives to the clinic. There's Dr. Harvey being like ready to receive them. And he's like, I already have an ambulance coming from Zuzu City because I am not equipped to handle this shit that you got going on.
Yeah.
It gets all Grey's Anatomy. He's like, intubate him, fucking blah, blah, blah. And he's like doing that. He's all passed out. She's there. Finally, when like he's like stabilized enough and they're just waiting for the ambulance, Dr. Harvey's like, hey, I don't like, basically it's just like, I don't think you or Marnie or anyone is equipped to help Shane, we need Shane to go to real people that can help him.
Yes.
And she's like, yeah, like, I think you're right. And then he talks to her and she's like, I have these nightmares and I have these freakouts. And he's like, and I think you need to like get into therapy and maybe get on some antidepressants to deal with your grief too, because this isn't good. Yeah, everything that you just told me is bad. And like, this isn't, you guys can't fix this. You need to go get help. So then Shane wakes up in the hospital in Zuzu City, like middle of the night next morning or whatever. He feels worse than death, worse than he's ever felt. It turns out he had acute alcohol poisoning and he was like going into like respiratory failure, and it was, you know, it was bad. And it was like he hadn't been drinking for so long, his tolerance was really low, so like that's what fucked him up so bad. And they're like well, I think someone wants to see you. Your fiance rode in the ambulance with you, because they were saying like, oh, I don't know if you can ride the ambulance with him. And so he's like, what, my fiance or
family
whatever?
Only. And
so she comes in the room and she like lays on him and she's like, you know, and then he's like, God. I'm sorry. And she's like, you're sorry? You're sorry. And starts like beating the fuck out of him. And like, I'm talking
crazy
beyond, like, not like, oh, like, stop, I wish you were better. Nurses have to come in and restrain her.
Paul, this is
physically
crazy.
Drag her
what
out of the.
This?
I know. I said shit did get crazy.
This?
She's physically taken out of the room by like orderlies, and then she's like on the ground, or no, she's like on the ground in the doorway, and she's like, like sobbing and shit. And they're like, whoa, like trying to get her some water and stuff, and then they take her out.
What is this?
I don't know, but she was just like, you made me see that again. You know, like you made me find another body is like basically what she's saying.
Yep.
Shane's like, whoa, like might be. And then when the nurses come back in, he's like, is she okay?
I'm gonna go with no.
Well, they're like, she's calmed down. Like she's not feral anymore. They're like, luckily, Marnie and Jazz had just got to the hospital, and so they just took Sophia and turned around and went right back to Pelican Town, and were like, you know, she'd been up all night. They get her back at like 6 a.m. to her farm, and she gets there and she's like, I forgot about Amber. So Amber was inside and like pissed all over and had no food or water, so she like had to clean that up. And then Sophia's just like having a full PTSD backflash, zombied out. She goes into the cellar and she like picks up a bottle of wine and she like uncorks it all sexy. I go, okay, great. That's what we should do. You should get fucking drunk. She smashes them. She just starts smashing every bottle in the cellar because her grandpa used to just make fruit wine. And so she just destroyed all of them. But then she's just like wandering around like lifelessly.
Okay.
And meanwhile, Marnie goes back to the hospital with Jazz, and like Jazz is asking all these questions. Eventually Jazz like settles down and Marnie like gets real with Shane and is like,
for the 100th time in her life,
it's just like, this is crazy. Well, she's basically just like, I have always felt bad because you came out here 1 month every summer and I knew you had a bad home life, and it's just like, I just sent you back to it. And like, I wish I could have helped more, and now like we're here. But like she gets like real with him in a like not judgmental way, and not like, I'm just like we got to talk about your health and like this is getting serious. The doctor comes in and is like, your alcohol was 0.42. That's lethal. She's like, did you try to kill yourself? And he was like, no, I don't think so. I wasn't trying to kill myself. I don't know. You know, I just, whatever. And she goes, well, great to hear. I'm still going to put this down as a suicide attempt because from what your fiance told me, she talked to you and then within 2 hours, this is where they found you. And that's just crazy.
Yeah.
The doctor's like, that's just crazy. So you're on a 72-hour psych hold. So Marnie and like Jazz, like they have this talk and they're like, he's going to be here a couple of days. Like, so we're going to leave. They go back and he just like has to deal with all of his shit now and like come to terms with it. But so then they get back and they're at home for a while, and Sophia just shows up, hasn't slept, hasn't eaten. She's like fucked up. PTSD. This brought it all back. She's like fully reliving her shit. And Marnie's like, yes, please come in. And like they sit down and like start to kind of have like tea and stuff. And Marnie's like, hey,
I'm gonna call 911.
Well, no, she's just like, I'm gonna be real like with you. It's a lot for you to take on Shane's shit. She's like, things around this house, we're about to get real serious about Shane's health and being sober. So like, if you're not with it or with that, like, no harm, no foul. This is way too much to dump on like a 24-year-old. So like
Yeah.
if you don't want to be
Here's your
part of
out.
this, here's your out. We still love you. Everything's great. Like, don't stay out of any kind of fear or guilt or shame or anything. And she's just like, no, I love him. I want to be here. Like, we have something different. This is something special. So she's like, okay. That night, Sophia has a fusion nightmare where instead of finding her sister in the bathroom dead, she finds Shane in the bathroom dead and wakes up, and it's just a whole thing. So she just like has no one there and just has this like freak out basically. Oh yeah. So she has that nightmare. She wanders out into the night, goes to the spa bathhouse, tries to pick the lock. Who knows why? Because she's crazy, trying to relive her and Shane's trauma. Can't pick the lock, gets a rock, smashes the fucking door handle off, and then Mayor Lewis just finds her curled up on the edge of the pool.
What is the deal?
At Mentee B. A Mentee B.
I mean,
a full Mentee B.
right.
Yeah. So then,
What is the fucking resolution to this?
cut to, it's not great. Cut to Shane's home from the hospital.
Okay.
He's still real not great, but his 72-hour hold is done.
Okay.
He's back at the ranch. Marnie's getting him set up in his room.
Not sending him to rehab right away?
No.
Okay.
Shouldn't
have gone home from
probably
the hospital.
I agree. He probably should
have been
be
shipped
in
across
a
the country
60 to 90 day
to a
in
90 day
treatment.
to 120
20
day.
day. Yeah. Don't come back to your fixed. Yeah.
Right.
But no, he's at the ranch. So he's at the ranch. He's in his bed. He's like all sad and fucked up and, you know, whatever.
That's a healthy environment.
Yeah. And they're taking care of it. He's on antidepressants now. Marnie goes, hey, just a heads up. Sophia has been staying here the past couple of nights because she had a Mentee B.
Okay.
And Lewis found her at the spa,
Sure.
the bathhouse. So she's been here on the couch because we just don't want her to be alone. And I don't think she should be alone. And he's like, what the fuck? He's like, she's not here right now. She went for a long walk this morning because you were coming home and we wanted to like not spring it on you, even though we are. So he's like, okay, I guess what am I supposed to do? Like, that's just what it is. So she leaves, Marnie leaves, and like a little while later, Sophia comes back and like sits down in his room and she's like, yeah, I just like was back at the farm for a little bit and just this is what I want to do next year. And they're like just talking about the farm and not talking about, you know,
helping themselves.
Yeah. He starts to make fun of her a little bit. He's like, so I heard you smash the door in. Like, what, you couldn't like pick the lock? And she's like, I couldn't figure it out. And he's like, yeah, like takes practice, like whatever. So that kind of like breaks the ice. He's like, I feel like you're a little too far away. And he like scoots over and she gets in bed with him.
Two
and then,
crazy people.
And then it's just back to love. Just, I love you. And
wow.
Oh, just I'm so glad. And just like all of this stuff. And she had come earlier before when he was at the hospital and she put that Polaroid on his nightstand. So it was like facing his bed. So like he like turns and then she big spoons him. I wrote embarrassing. And she's like, look at that picture and like blah blah blah. And just like, I love you. And they're in love again. And so now it's like Sophia and her dog move in for a bit. They have winter day comes. This was like before winter day happened. So now it's just everyone's in the ranch and they do end up having this like beautiful winter's day. Marnie's teaching them how to cook. She's like, you guys are crazy that you both don't know how to cook. They have this like big, beautiful feast. And then they have like dessert, watching a Christmas special. He's like recovering more. She's like she's chiller. They just have this beautiful, perfect Christmas, right? And then Jazz goes to bed. And while like Sophia's putting Jazz to bed, like Shane like goes to Marnie and like hugs her. And it's just like, you know, thank you, like I owe you so fucking much, obviously, and like this was such a beautiful day, like all of that. And she's like so moved by it. They're good now, they're happy. But so then Sophia comes back and she's like, they're like, why don't we go on like a little walk so we have like some privacy? So they bundle up and they walk to the dock where it all happened. And Sophia's like, this is where it all happened, and like I don't want to be here. But she's like, you know what, no, I want to like make new memories here. I don't want that to be like the last memory we have. And then she like gives him his gift, which is a necklace with like a shell on it. And she's like, he's like, it's something like a surfer would wear. But apparently, like, I don't know if this is actual game lore, but like in the teachings or whatever, I got it from a souvenir shop. It's like what the mariners used to use as kind of like a promise ring. Oh, so now they're like, they're engaged. She basically proposed to him. He accepts it. I wrote kind of gay.
I was literally gonna be like, gay.
But he's like has a new mantra since coming back from his psych hold that's like, it's like try it, because he just never would try anything. He just like let life go by. So he's like, I'm just gonna accept this and like go with it. And then they fall asleep in each other's arms, and like they like mentioned that like they haven't been having sex because his like meds prevent him from like fucking, and he's like just trying to, they like want to like live in this perfectness before the rest of like real life like begins, and the year starts anew, because like fall's or winter's about to be over, and it's now we're just back to spring like we were before. And then that's the end of the book. And then there is one more additional chapter that's like an epilogue, and it like starts with this long ass monologue by Garrett, the best friend, that I'll admit I didn't read.
Yeah,
I said don't fucking care.
I don't.
And then
you.
all I really got was that Shane moves in with Sophia on the farm, because she tells him that too during their like engagement. She's like, quit your job at Jojo Mart, move to the farm with me, and like you'll be so much happier, you'll be so much healthier, and like just fuck this shit. Like we can definitely do that. So now it's like the next year they've been both in therapy. Sophia's in therapy for all her PTSD. She's like, I think even on meds and stuff, but she's like, what the epilogue is like, she's doing naked yoga in the living room, and he comes out and he's like, oh, and she's like, part of my therapy is like doing yoga every day. I said, great. So she's a yogi now. And she's feeling great. Her therapy is going great. He is on his like third mixture of meds, and he's just trying to work it out.
Yeah.
And he's going to AA meetings, but he's like, I don't believe in like all their bullshit, but it is like something like that I go to and am accountable for. And he's on his like third therapist. So they're like kind of like present it like he is having trouble, but it's still worth it. And it's just that like, yeah, guess what? Like when you're this fucked up, the first medication dose is probably not going to get you.
Sure.
The therapists are probably not going to first one be what you want. And like, he's struggling through it, but like he kind of just like, yeah, it's hard, but like it's worth it to be with Sophia, to have this life, to not be all that mess that they just were. The very last scene is like him taking the family tree that Jazz had, and he's like writing himself as the dad, and he's coming to give it to her to be like, I'm ready to like be your dad, and like let's call me dad and like be a family. And that's the end of the epilogue.
After I've told you, yeah. I gotta say,
I don't like the way it's painting Shane, because that's my husband, and the way I know him is not like that.
Yeah.
And I'm so sorry this took so long.
Lots of notes.
I know, sorry.
Not for you, Paul.
Oh, lots of notes for them.
For them. For the author.
Yeah, I'm just like, it just felt like it started to be,
and I'm just like,
toxic for toxicity's sake.
For sure. And like, based off of this video game, that's a little, I feel like she started writing it and then it just got out of hand. The thing is, like,
that's not that crazy, because the video game has most of this is the lore.
Really?
Dead parent or dead best friends. That's why he's drinking. He is a super hard drunk in it.
Okay.
Marnie and Lewis do have this weird relationship that they don't talk about, and it's like very weird.
All right. Well, then I guess the author's
Pam
not
is
too
an
far
alcoholic.
off. It's just like,
she's an alcoholic, and she's the city bus driver. So
oh, that's a good combo.
Yeah, hello.
Yeah, I'm just like,
that's the surprising part of Stardew Valley to me, was I was like, this looks like a stupid kids game, and then you're like, these are all adult themed storylines that I'm playing. Plus,
which is cool.
I'm growing parsnips.
Which is cool. I'm into that. I just was not into this fan fiction.
No. I was like excited at first, because I was like, Shane, it's my man, we're gonna do this.
100%.
And about halfway through, I was like, if he doesn't shut the fuck up,
literally,
and, like, grow up a little bit and like make
help
a move,
yourself, like do something.
Yeah, like this seriously could have been a third of the length of it was if they just didn't spend so much time repeating the self-loathing. I was like, what are we doing? Like, it could have just been like they meet. They start having crushes. He starts to get sober. The relapse because of the friends thing.
You didn't need to do it 20 times. You could have done it once or twice.
Yeah, like I was over that cycle. We could have just cut the in between and added the parents, and it would have been over.
Yep.
But no, it just kept going. I know. I was like, this was not the best fanfic. I promised to do this episode before I read it.
Well, that's what we do. We go into these blind.
Anyway.
Thank you, Paul.
Wish it was better.
It was a ride.
It was a ride.
It was a ride. Because it just like there's potential, and then it's just like we're off the rails. And guess what? There ain't no reeling it back in.
No.
You can try, but you didn't.
No. I'm like disappointed that it wasn't a good fanfic, because it was my first dip into like a legit fanfic.
Yeah. Well, we won't stop.
No, I'm gonna read them before making my promises.
Well,
Thanks
you,
for
Paul.
sitting through that.
Yeah, I appreciate it.
Do you have one for next week?
Well, we briefly talked about it in our last episode. I said that we would do a certain type of book by a very famous romance author that we've done before.
Oh, what?
It's called Bride. I'm gonna do another.
All right, I'm gonna make this quick.
Okay.
I'm gonna make this real quick.
Okay.
Because I'm fucking tired.
Yeah.
And I'm over it. And this was a long one. And I'm just gonna
now,
delete this episode. We're not even posting it.
Well, Paul, I'm so old. I'm like, what is it, 9 o'clock?
I know. I was like, I haven't even eaten dinner.
I know.
Okay.
Okay.
Sorry.
No, I could.
Let's just get it. I'm trying to get us out of here.
Please, Paul.
I think that Bride is about a woman, and she's in her mid fucking 40s, but she looks like she's 32. She's doing great. She's got beautiful, long, dark hair. And she is a fucking serial killer, and she gets people to fall in love with her, and then they propose to her. She becomes the fiance, and then she kills them. And this has been going on for years and years and years and years. We're at her 16th victim, and this guy comes in, and he is smitten with her, and we see them fall in love, and they have crazy sex, but he somehow breaks her fucking surface, and she can't kill this one. And instead, she lets him in on her secret that she's a serial killer, and at the end of the book, they end up killing people together, and then follow-up book is called Groom, and it's his murder awakening.
Oh my God, Paul.
Signed, sealed, delivered, done.
You're so good. I would have never been able to do that, by the way. That was like an adrenaline rush.
It's that I'm so sweaty right now. If
Paul,
I don't turn the AC on.
I know. Let's just say goodbye.
Okay.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.
That was out of control.